Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. Okay. Um, Austin Holloman for the Passport Bro was the Anakin Skywalker. He was supposed to be the chosen one. Like, he came on the scene and with his youth and his physique and all that stuff going for him, and he wasn't afraid to speak directly against the sisterhood, and they even had him on like major shows, major network shows and stuff like that. And the Passport Bro community just backed him completely. And then things started getting weird. It was too good to last. He got this whole scandal in Brazil where he was just ousted by the local populace for just doing too much, saying too much, just not knowing when to STFU. So things started getting weird, but the Passport Bros still backed him. Why? Because they're chasing what he could be. That he could be the poster child for the movement. He's chasing, especially now that he's quote unquote getting married. He's chasing what it could be. He could put it in a positive light. Before that, it the movement appeared to be consist of older guys who have physical deficiencies that made them rejected in the US. So now they were thinking that they were going to get some momentum. And after the Brazil thing, the Passport Bro still backed him. And then later, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he showed his true colors and he showed why he's very young and he's seeking love abroad. And that is, he has a very flimsy sense of loyalty. Extraordinarily flimsy. So he has one bad experience in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And for those of you who don't know, first of all, hit that like button. For those of you who don't know, the bad experience that he had was he's in Sao Paulo with a white YouTuber by the name of Redbeard, something or other. White guy, Redbeard. Austin felt that he deserved more attention and was upset that the local woman or women was giving this other guy more. Now that one little incident. Now keep in mind that he's learned Portuguese. He's been in Brazil for months, if not years, with no complaints until they complained about him. And then after one incident, all of a sudden, Passport Bros are selling you a dream. They're like Martin Luther King. They're selling you a dream. But the reality is they don't like you, and by you I mean me. Because this I had a bad experience in a single city, in a single country. I'm just going to say that the whole continent is bad. And every woman in it. Because if it can happen to me, it is terrible for everybody else. And then he goes to the forehead capital of the universe, also known as Kenya. He starts partying with a bunch of very mid at best women. And if you don't like him, you're a colorist, even though he has professed to having a preference for lighter skin. And oddly enough, he wound up engaged to a lighter skinned woman. But everybody else is a colorist. It's a very weird thing. It's a very weird thing. And this country, the people, the citizens, gather together to oust him. I mean, he gets kicked out of restaurants. They gather together at tea fields and hold up picket signs against him and KG. I mean, it's just way more disrespect than he's received in Brazil, but he's so entrenched. This man is so entrenched in everybody else is selling you a dream, and Kenya is the place to be, or Africa is the place to be. It is maddening. It is maddening to watch, and what's worse is people aren't calling him out as much as they should because they're still holding on to what he could be. He could be like this poster child, but trust me, you do not want him as a poster child because it will tarnish your image. Like it's like he really is getting kicked out of two continents so far. I mean, one country where a Russian dude just ran through like all of the mid forehead chicks. And they didn't have anything to say about that dude, but they have everything to say about Austin, and he's still singing its praises. It's maddening. No one wants to call this out. And then the biggest insult, and thanks for the super chat, the biggest insult to injury was a new guy, a guy by the name of Mr. Alexander. I hate it when people put Mr. in their title when it's a real name. Like Fantastic, I don't mind because that's like a Fantastic Four character. But like Lucario and I am Mr. Like really. Anyway, Mr. Alexander is a guy who also had a bad experience in Thailand. And all of a sudden, just like Austin Holloman, the Passport Bros sold a dream because your experience in Thailand wasn't what you thought it would be. Like, you don't think, okay, let's be clear. I don't know how tall dude is, and I am hetero, but I'm not stupid, and I know that MTR, for example, and Richie Mack are significantly more handsome than this guy. Maybe in his youth that would not have been true, but he's not in his youth. And quite possibly and almost definitely more charismatic and just generally more fun to be around. Their experience in going everywhere and doing anything is going to be more eventful. Take me, for example. For a long time in junior high and a large portion of high school, I struggled on the dance floor, which means that every dance, every event that I went to, my friends who didn't have this particular, phobia or lack of coordination, whatever you want to call it, would have a better time than me. And I would be the biggest liar and the most unself-aware person ever if I was to just go after an event, after a sock hop or something like that, and say, oh yeah, that party was whack. Anybody who's telling you different is selling you a dream. No, it was whack for me because it was a dance party and I didn't dance. Now that's true for Austin, and that's now true for this Mr. Alexander dude. So Mr. Alexander, he goes up and he just, has some choice things to say about Passport Bros, Richie Mack in particular, saying that they're selling dreams in Thailand, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And everybody struck back at a Richie Mack. Struck back of MTR, struck back of O'Shea Duke Jackson. And I just ignored all of that. I'm like, man, they really just struck back on this dude, all of these three dudes know each other and all of these three dudes are cool with each other. And they just joined forces and like, we're going to take this dude down. But I'm like, dude just did the same thing that Austin did and y'all didn't say shit. Y'all didn't say nothing. when Austin did it, and that's because they were still chasing that poster child. Homie, this Alexander person is not a poster child. So, uh, so I was a little disappointed, but I'm like, you know, something, I'm just ignore that, you know. And the everybody's outtake on it was good. I didn't really like that how much of a loser they was making dude out to be because I don't really look at him as a loser per se. Um, well, he in a very real way he is, but I don't look at him as a loser in life. I look at him as a loser in this particular instance, and that's because he was kind of meant to be that. A lot of guys go to these foreign countries very goofy, like extremely unaware, and you know the women take advantage of them. And I'm not just going to, you know, point and laugh as a brother gets taken advantage of. My sense of brotherhood is not going to let me do that. Now it's a different story, and I don't blame MTR, O'Shea, and the rest for doing it, especially Richie Mack, because he attacked them. So the gloves are off, and they could do whatever they want to. I was just going to leave it alone. But then, of all people, Austin Holloman makes a video. And it seems like I haven't watched the video. I'm going to watch it with you all. And it seems like Austin Holloman is calling this dude a loser. But I would swear that this was Austin's daddy or granddaddy. Like, I would swear, like, the whole everything about them is almost exactly the same. They go to countries, have bad experiences, and then blame everybody else for it, saying y'all lied to me. Like what? That's like going to the casino. Everybody else win, you lose, and talking about, man, this place is wet. Like y'all lied to me. It's like, no, you had a bad experience. You know, you doubled down on 19 on the blackjack table. That was you. You had the bad experience. Stop blaming, you know, conspiracy, and then hide the bad experiences that you're having in other countries. Well, not hiding it, but you know, saying that the bad experiences isn't bad. It's bad when a waitress don't look at you long enough in Brazil, but it's okay when a group of Kenyans get together and just oust you. It's okay when you're getting kicked out of your favorite restaurants for being you. It's okay that your name is spoken on the streets of Kenya with visceral disrespect. Like this is okay, and the women are mid. This is okay. And now all of a sudden, and oh, and the title, Americans need to stop dating in Thailand. I want Zoom. I want Zoom to tap back. Like you should tap back. So now Austin, at least in the title, he's saying the same thing that Homie is saying. You need to tap back, Richie Matt. You need to tap back. Um, mediocre tutorial and reviews. Because y'all poster child is all out of line. All right, let me read your super chats. I appreciate you all. I want y'all to hit that like button. And then we are going to go into the main event. All right. Let's see. I seen one here earlier from Osama Abdul. All right. It says, salute GC. What do you think of about Ask a Brother Jeff? Who's Ask a Brother Jeff? Let me see who that is. I'll give you my opinion. Maybe I know him, maybe I don't. Let's see. Um, I remember things visually better than I remember, just names. Um, Believe it or not, Manosphere, like during a workday to get me through, I now watch that the least amount. I used to watch the Manosphere content a lot when a lot more people were doing long form shows like mine because it just made the day go by so much faster. I could turn it on in the background. I could even use my office computer because YouTube's not blah, and watch Bernard Riley, and then like 3 hours later, I'm 3 hours done in an 8 hour shift, and then somebody else will come on. So I don't really watch it like that anymore. So um, the stuff I do watch like this shows up on my feed. Ask brother. Hold on. All right. Okay, so here's the thing. I thought his name was like Pete or something like that. But here's the thing about Ask a Brother. So months ago, I was in a chat room and Obsidian was up there. And Obsidian started typing something to him. And then next thing you know, I'm banned from the show. Now, it's no love lost between Obsidian and I. I didn't say anything egregious in the chat room. In fact, his guest was saying, I didn't see GameChanger say anything particularly egregious. And, but he just banned me completely from the chat room based on the request of Obsidian. I thought that that was really dishonorable. And I don't really deal with him on any level because of that. So if he has like interesting things to say, I don't know. I can't really just um, rock with somebody who don't defer to their own judgments, who just takes the side of the person that's nearest to them. It's kind of like having a parent or something that whichever kid says something first wins. It's like, okay, who started the fight? He did. And then the other kid, it's like, wait, what? Just because he said it first? Like I really, that's a bad first impression on homie with me. And then Obsidian seemed to like, fell off the face of the universe, which is not really missed, but yeah. I mean, Obsidian, he's in it for the money. So not seeing him means that there's no more money in it. So that's the beginning and end of that. What's dead may never die. All right. It says you can take a ninja out the matriarchy, but you can't take the matriarchy out the ninja. Well, I hope you can because that's what my whole show is dedicated to. That's what my whole show is dedicated to, taking the matriarchy out the ninja. But you're right. Some of them you just can't. All right. Yeah. So I appreciate you both, and let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Wait, somebody said he's pushing towards telling the truth more fully. Talking about you talking about Jeff or you talking about Austin? Oh no, you're talking about the governor of Maryland, I guess. Okay, cool. I don't really know anything about the governor of Maryland. So let me just. I thought it was Carcetti. All right, let's see. All right, I want to point something out since I have this like frozen right here, and I didn't do this on purpose. Um, the hairline. Either Austin is not a good barber, or he's he's going through the change, the George Jefferson change. Kind of young for that, but it's inevitable. I mean, many of us, we all go through it, except me though. I'm damn near twice the age and twice the follicles. Yeah. Ha. But you might be going through the change in that regard. So now, I mean, you're still a barber. Like, aren't isn't it your job to like hide that or do whatever? But yeah, it seems like your stuff is going backer and backer and backer and backer. And so he is turning into dude. Oh wait, how can y'all see the mouse here? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So
when you have a girlfriend. That's late. Okay.
your future, 60 plus, bald, selling, saying that other people are selling you dreams. That's you. All right, let's get into it. Fair use. Fair use.
For either you're someone's
That
boyfriend, husband, girlfriend.
that is one of the best intros already right there. If you are already saying that your girl tells you she's supposed to be home at 3 a.m., you got the wrong girl. Especially if she I mean, pretty much at all. Like if a chick really respects you, like Z has hung out when I was in Nairobi, or either I was in Nairobi or I was in Asia, and Z was hanging out with some of her friends. And even then, she would still text me the whole time, like, hey, I'm gonna be back home by like 10 o'clock, but 3 a.m. is crazy. That sounds like she gonna leave somewhere and she finna get put down until 3 a.m.
Friend, wife, and you're up to 3 a.m. That's kind of like meet Michael Alexander. He is a Black American from Chicago, Illinois. He's a documentary
Holy crap.
producer, and he's
He even got a tattoo like Austin. He's even tatted up like Austin. Yeah, this is Austin's future. Wow.
decided to make a permanent move to Thailand. And of course, if you're in Thailand, you will enjoy all of the great things that the country has to offer: the internet, the
That is a nice.
infrastructure, the tourism. And then there's this. Oh, yes, cheeks. And cheeks typically cost. Sometimes clapping cheeks can turn into something more. And this is what happened with Mr. Michael. He was dating a chick who was in the freelance business where she was selling her cheeks. And instead of just focusing on just clapping,
All the women down there is selling their cheeks. The Thai women, the Russian women.
So you was buying. So you was buying cheeks because they all was selling them, right? While calling everybody else tricks and saying I don't have to because I'm so handsome. You were buying cheeks, right? All of them are. Now, in the process of buying cheeks, you just so happen to have bought the fattest cheeks out there. I mean, let's keep it $1.99, which is probably how much K weighed. Like you bought the biggest cheeks. You bought super cheeks. Just saying. You're buying them cheeks. You bought the cheeks nobody else would buy. See how he likes to chit and algorithm saying CHIT. Excuse me. Yes, CHIT. You like to scat on everybody else, every other country. Everywhere else in the world, they're selling cheeks, but Kenya, but the countries I go to, they never sell cheeks in Africa. Do you see what's going on there? Now look at the B reel And I want you to notice that every Thailandese, is it Thailandese woman that O'Shea shows in the B reel is hotter than K. This man went and bought the lowest cheeks in Thailand.
and, and the African women. That Thailand is the land of hookers.
He was able to maintain
Yeah, there's none of those in Africa. Okay.
some kind of long-term friendship with her. He went back to the States. He was still talking to her. But then we lost touch for maybe about
Fellas, do it if you want to. I don't recommend sending money to women when you are home. If you're feeling generous and you want to send them birthday or Valentine's Day or a gift or something like that, that's on you. Just know that she has a bunch of them if it's a holiday or her birthday. She's going to have a stack of not Wells Fargo, Western Union papers, stacks and stacks and stacks of them. I mean, think about it. You go in for vacation, you link up for a weekend or something, maybe a week or so, and then next week she links up with another dude, and then come the birthday, she gets $100 from each of them. She made herself $1,000. Somebody said never trick. I ain't saying don't trick. I'm saying if you're gonna trick like with anything, be smart about it. I just can't stand brothers getting bad deals. Do you know that we pay more for used cars than any other group? We are the most unsophisticated negotiators and businessmen that exist on the planet. We complain about that we're underpaid. That's because we don't negotiate properly. Like, do what you like, but for Christ's sake, negotiate. And one thing that's guaranteed, if you snub her on your birthday and go back on her birthday and go back on um, on yours, she will be celebrating your birthday with you. You're gonna pick up exactly where you left off. You're not losing anything if you don't send them money overseas. But understand that you're not gaining anything. It's not going to be wetter if you do that.
a month and a half or something like that. And then the next thing I know, she got married.
Damn, Michael. The one that you were clapping ended up being somebody else. Most likely.
I'm sorry, man. That's not even funny. Because I'm pretty sure for him it was kind of heartbreaking. Maybe I don't know him yet. I haven't heard his reactions, but to be dating, listen, every single chick or every single dude that goes to Thailand that comes out with one of these videos, and listen, how many more?
Like you, when the overweight woman mushed your face on your own show in front of everybody and you aired it.
Years are we gonna watch videos of dudes that say, "Hey, I was dating a Thai chick and she turned out to be a freelancer"? Newsflash: Pattaya, Thailand is literally, you can Google it, the prostitution capital of the entire earth, the world, is Pattaya, Thailand. So listen, I'm in the wrong business. I shouldn't have been selling Nairobi. I should have been selling Pattaya.
You was selling Pattaya.
It's going to be endless consultation, it seems like dudes watch videos, but they don't come across videos of other dudes that are saying like, "Hey, all these chicks are hookers." Go to Thailand to have a good time, but like, I don't want to say that
Well, you
all the women
just
are
said
hookers and you
exactly
can't find a
that,
wife,
but okay.
because obviously that's not true. But if you guys have been there, you guys know for a fact it feels like it's true. It feels like you can't find a wife there because it feels like
Why is he under the impression that homie is looking for a wife?
they're all hookers. So, nah.
Likely a white guy. Because see, this lady already had like 2 or 3 kids. The guy was sending her an allowance of about $3,000 a month.
Oh, okay. That's madness. That's madness. Um, and this is what I mean when I say negotiate. You're stupid. I'm not gonna get on you for paying for box. I'm not gonna get on you for getting fleeced. I'm gonna get on you for overpaying. I'm gonna look up the show. I'm gonna look up the show during this stream. Years ago, I did a show with Marco Grande. Salute to him. Marco Grande is a Latin dude who was in this space a while back. He lives it up in Medellin, but he travels the world regularly. He has a stable of around 4 girls, each of whom are 25 and under, or under 25. And every now and again, he would bring some of them on my show. I interviewed them, and then I just straight up asked, how much of an allowance do you require from a foreign boyfriend? In live real time, they said something in the thousands. And I was like, wait a minute. The average income in your country was like $200. You're saying that a man should pay 10 times the average salary for you. And then they quickly took it down to like 250. Quickly. They'll throw some ridiculous amount out there to see if you'll pay it. Negotiate, fellas, negotiate. Negotiate, negotiate, negotiate. $3,000 is bonkers. And I'm hoping that O'Shea got his math wrong when he was converting from baht to dollars. So I'm gonna do the conversion myself. But that is just bonkers. He literally could have 12 Medellin ones. And Medellin women and Colombian women are hotter than Taiwanese women. It just is what it is. Negotiate. Don't be stupid.
$3,000. What is up with dudes, bro? That
Shut up. How are you not going to include yourself in that? How are you not including yourself in that? What is up with everybody else? Like, holy crap. Like you wasn't being, drugged by the nose throughout all of Thailand by some overweight chick that was running your pocket and mushing your face.
average person in Thailand makes like $300-400 a month. Okay? Listen, per perspective, Texas is making like 4,000. Could you imagine sending a chick $40,000 a month, like 10 times of what the average person makes? Even if you want to cut that in half, say Austin, you got to remember it's not the same thing. It is. even if you send a chick in Texas $20,000 a month in allowance, like that is fucking crazy. Like if I'm giving a chick
It is.
$20,000 a month, she's living with me. I'm not gonna send a woman that amount of money and she's not living with me. Like you're sending a woman 10 times, or even at that case, 5 times the amount of what the average man or person makes in that country.
I agree. That is insane. That is insane. The way brothers negotiate is just downright stupid. It truly is, especially when it comes to box. And for those of you who think you're stunting because I got it like that. That's you broke ones. That's you broke dudes. It's like, listen, they're not impressed. They don't think that they're not impressed by your wealth. They look down upon you for your stupidity in in spending it. Anywhere where you have poverty, poor people look at rich people in disgust. They really do, in an envious disgust. That's why they're constantly trying to scam and do other things. They have no respect for you, and they think that you are um, underworked and overpaid, and you probably are, relative to them, and they take advantage of you. But you lose respect for doing stuff like that. They respect a frugal person because they are frugal because they have to be. If you don't respect your money, why would they respect your money? Of course, you're going to get taken.
And then they go off and get married to somebody else. Like they're really preying on Americans to be suckers, man.
And for her kids to go to international school, yeah, I mean, it's really crazy. But wait! There's a solution. You see, this freelancer kind of cared about Michael.
He drinking water so his hair will grow back.
She wanted to
They always care about him.
keep him around.
They always want to keep him around.
Yeah.
If I was a tight chick for $3,000 a month allowance, yes, keep me around.
Oh, and another thing about like overpaying, they're gonna leave. They're going to leave because if somebody gives you a year's salary in a month, like if my job gave me a year's salary in 1 month, I would just take the year off. And that's what she's doing. She's taking a year off of your penis.
If she wasn't going to be letting Michael clap her cheeks herself, she had a solution. The weird thing is, the first time she tried to set me up, she tried to set me up with her mother. I was like,
I don't know if this story can get any worse. Let me take a screenshot of this guy, because I'm really trying to see like if this is gonna get any worse. Let's continue.
she tried to set me up. She tried to set me up with her mother. I was like, that was a curveball. I was like, I would totally feel uncomfortable with that. Forget about the fact that her mother is much older. It's just the fact that I had been with her before physically, and I just, that was weird to me.
Ah! Got him!
I wonder how old this chick is.
Oh, yes, guys. The freelancer wanted Michael to clap her mom's cheeks. Now, Michael is not.
I see somebody in the comments says that the $3,000 must be an exaggeration. No, there are listen, in America, in the United States of America, in New York City or Dallas, if you send a chick $3,000 a month, that's enough. Like, that's enough. There are plenty of dudes going to Thailand, Brazil, Colombia, even going to Kenya, sending chicks $3,000 a month. Like this, you don't understand how common this is.
It's not very common. It's more common than it should be. It should be nobody doing it, but it's definitely not that common.
It's very common.
not the youngest guy
No, it ain't.
in the world. And even though he might be in his upper 50s or 60s, he was not down to clap no older cheeks. Michael, despite his maturity, wants to clap younger cheeks.
Of course,
So she asked me if I had found a Thai girlfriend yet, and I said no. So she wanted to introduce me to her cousin.
So Michael starts to
This shit is starting to sound fake at this point. I mean, this is all she giving him just a runaround altogether.
date the cousin. Obviously, the cousin looks good because he moved her.
Told you, every chick in the B reel is hotter than that's her name, right? Kay, right? The chick from Thailand.
He's clapping her cheeks. And not only that, he's giving her about $300 a month in allowance. And again, she
See, at first he said 3,000. Now he's saying like 200.
he's staying there rent free.
Okay, he said 300, but he put 3,000 on the screen, so I still think
Okay,
he
so you
meant
point that out
3,000.
too.
Because $300 a month in allowance is like nothing. He said that's what it costs to send the kids to international school and take care of her. That's not that you ain't doing that in Thailand with $300. $3,000 sounds a lot better, but let's continue.
He's literally bought a living girlfriend. Give him a round of applause. But his new Thai girlfriend, well,
Basically, she'd get home, take a shower, say 2 words to me, and then unfortunately get on her phone, and then go to bed.
That sounds about right. Sounds like a milker. Sounds like she came over there to milk him. Like they say, and I'm not calling him a sucker, but they sound like they wanted to milk suckers dry. You know, you come over there and say I wish a chick would come to my place, say 2 words, pull out her phone and start because what she doing is texting the next guy to pay her another. Listen, these Thai chicks got more money coming in than I've ever made on YouTube.
Let's not act like Kay didn't do that to you. They were doing that to you on your show.
Thai chicks, some of these Thai chicks and Colombian chicks are making more than I've made in my career in 1 year. Like, I'm dead ass. These chicks have caught on to the fact that they can have one American guy send them 500, another one send 7, another one send 2,000. This is real.
That's true, and that's why you do not send them money when you're not there. I mean, listen, and this is coming from somebody that's frugal. If you pay $300 a month, and in return you get, which is the price of, cable internet, and in return you get a in-home cook made sex slave, I would say that you've made a good deal, provided that she looks worth a damn. But if you pay $3,000 for that, I'd say that's ludicrous. I'm not talking about the rapper.
Really happening. Like, we're seeing a transfer of wealth.
But if she's away, then she's not doing anything. She's not an in-house anything, and she can get multiple guys to
basically.
I mean, imagine being a guy of his age. You're living in Thailand and you're dealing with this chick that is basically not speaking to you. Every now and again, you're clapping, but there's not a real relationship. You're still paying for her and letting her stay in your house, although she is at work, not responding and stuff like that. But then it gets worse.
She said that they had some maintenance work that needed to be done at her shop, and that her and a coworker, they would be staying at the shop all night or until the work was done. And she would send me pictures of her by the time clock, showing what time it was and that she was actually at work and not doing something else, right?
So this chick
I missed
is
that part.
going outside. Number one, she's saying that she's
This story isn't making sense. What do you mean at the shop? At what shop? Why is she working at a shop and she makes like 10 times what any shopkeep makes through you? Something is not adding up.
at the restaurant all night due to mandatory maintenance work. Yeah, I bet I know what kind of maintenance she was doing.
Yeah.
She was sitting here in pictures.
And I will tell you this, that's one thing about in Thailand, chicks in Thailand. I've been to Thailand 4 times in 2022. I went in 2023 3 times, and I haven't been back since. All of those chicks there will tell you the same thing, like, hey, I have to stay late after work. Like, I don't know why dudes don't understand. Those chicks are dealing.
They don't understand for the same reason you didn't understand for 2 freaking years. Stop trying to be above like dudes that just haven't learned yet what you have learned, what it took you years to learn. I don't know why these dudes don't know. What are you talking about? You just talked about how many times you kept going back to Thailand before you realized that.
With 10 guys at once, all of them. All that whole, oh, I've never met an American before. Bro, she's met 50 Americans this month. And I can guarantee you she's had 50 tallywhackers in her mouth this month. I'm not even bullshitting. These are freelancers in the most toured country in the world. I don't know if Thailand is still the most toured country, but many years in a row, Bangkok, Thailand was the most toured city in the world. So if that's the most toured city, then Thailand is
I thought it was Pattaya, now it's Bangkok. Okay.
the most toured country in the world. Those women are ran through. And I don't know why people don't understand it. And they keep going. Let me stop.
Pictures of her standing by a time clock, proving that she was at work.
Just for clarification, not all Thai women. I'm talking about the ones that you will meet in the tour zone.
Let me just nip this in the bud.
Yeah, and some of them are tour guides, like the one you met. Okay.
That's always a scam. I had a dude that used to work for me, and he was scamming me for extra money because he would always say that my car needed to get fixed, like every month. And he was editing for me, and what he would do is, like every month, he would find a way to say my brakes were bad, the shocks were bad, but we were never really using the car that much. And so he would do a similar thing. He would take the car to the shop, and then all of a sudden he would send all of these photos and videos of the car being worked on. And he would be like, "Boss, the car is very, very nice now. I am."
Just so you know, um, just so you know, and I've seen this on a video, those pictures are recycled. They have like WhatsApp groups where they exchange pictures like that all the time. I'm not talking about where she's standing in front of the time clock. I'm talking about like sick grandma pictures. You know, like they cycle those pictures throughout. I mean, I'm pretty sure someone somewhere actually got a sick grandma, and then they just, you know, like, hey, I got a sick grandma. I took a picture, and then they just sent that picture to the WhatsApp group, and then, you know, so these women could say, my grandma is sick. Just send what you can, you know. A picture of a woman with a cast on. You know, it's like, well, how come your face isn't in this picture? Do you see I have a cast on, and it's my complexion, and you know, send money. Listen, you have nothing to. I'm not saying don't do it. I am going to say you have nothing to gain from sending her money when you are away. Everything that she was going to do for you, she'll do whether you send the money or not. If she say, "Hey, send me some money for Valentine's Day, send me some money for my birthday," please, Daddy, like, yeah, no. And then, she may pretend to be upset, but you're gonna be Daddy again next time you back in her country. So miss all that foolishness.
Working on it, as you see. I'm getting everything so good for you, boss. That girl had went to the shop. It took about 3 hours of videos, like 2 months before. I gave him the money. He would go and get a fake bill. And guess what? He would keep the money and go gamble it away on Forex or something like that. And guys, you got to understand that when you come to the third world, anybody who is trying to overprove themselves is not doing it. If they're taking pictures of your car being worked on, if they're taking pictures of themselves by a time clock, that means that they are lying. If they really want to show you where they are, they would share their location or anything else like that. So please watch out for that trick. But there were more red flags.
Then I was told that she had to go around an hour away from where I live or we live, hour and 5 minutes away or so, to do some training at a different location, and she would be gone for 2 nights. And of course, when she was there, she wouldn't pick up the phone.
So she leaves again. This time for
I really want to see how this is gonna end, because I mean, at this point, I don't know. He's acting. I don't know. I'm not speaking bad on the dude that's in the video, but he's acting naive. Like, he sounds like, the fact that he's even dealing with this makes it seem like he's never dealt with a woman before or something.
for 2 nights.
Shut the fuck up. Why in the fuck is Austin acting like Yoga Miyagi when you Yoga Miyagi, excuse me. When you went to Thailand yourself just a few years ago, acting a damn fool, looking a damn fool. I swear, these dudes.
And when she was supposed to go away to this place to go work, she refused to pick up his phone calls or video chats, instead only sending suspicious photos. So imagine you got this girlfriend and she's going somewhere. You're trying to check on her, which is hard to do when you're not even in a real relationship. But I guess, hey, whenever he was clapping the cheeks, those cheeks must have been extraordinary for him to be doing this.
It must have
For
been.
her to not pick up the phone, answer the WhatsApp chats, or respond to video calls. Down. But this right here takes the cake.
She won't do anything. She won't clean up after herself. She won't clean the shower, even though she's taking 2 a day when she is home and in there for an hour.
So not only is she using him for money, but she's a nasty chick. She take a shower and she don't clean up after the shower. And listen, for somebody to be complaining about the shower not being clean, I don't know what you could do, because I can go a month without cleaning my shower and my shower don't look noticeably dirty. Like, I clean it every week when I'm in Kenya, but for somebody to start complaining about it, you must be doing a lot. She not cleaning up after herself, so she must be eating and leaving ketchup all on the plate and just leave it right there on the kitchen table. Like, I'm trying to figure out how. Nothing about this story is positive.
So, I'm surprised you don't have anybody to clean up for you. I don't think I would be cleaning my own shower in Kenya.
And like O'Shea said, she must have had some hand grip type for you to be dealing with this, or something ain't right, or something else. I don't know what it is.
Hour at a time, won't clean her hair up, won't clean the shower, won't do anything.
It's one thing to be a chick who isn't being responsive. It's another thing to never want to come home and lie and take pictures by.
Okay, it seems like dude is a bit of a complainer, because I'm thinking that when she takes a shower, because he said never clean her hair up. I'm thinking when she takes a shower, she's not like picking up the shedded hair out the drain, and he's just making it out like she's the dirtiest bitch on the planet. That's what this is given. Could be wrong.
big ass pots of stuff like that. It's another thing to say that you're at work. But the breaking point for me is that you're a woman in Thailand and you have a problem with cleaning up after herself, tidying up the shower, your hair strands are everywhere. And I mean, this is like the youngest guy in the world. Okay. And he's like,
So basically, she doesn't respect him because if she's taking your money and she
Once again, they're not going to respect a man that don't properly negotiate. They're not, and that's foreign and domestic.
is not responding to your text, she's coming to the house saying 2 words to you and then getting straight on the phone and then going to sleep, and then she doesn't want to clean up after herself. She doesn't respect you and she basically look at you as a sucker because what benefit are you getting out of her dealing with you? Or are you dealing with her?
50s, 60s. He's an older guy. So as you can see, when he was walking in the video, he was relatively walking, but he's not like a younger guy anymore. So that means he has to go and pick up all of this slack, extra energy where he could be working, doing his documentary stuff and everything like that. Furthermore, one of the reasons why dudes want to deal with women in Thailand or in the DR or in Africa, one of the biggest selling points is that they're very domestic. And to be honest, almost every female that I dealt with in the Black American community was like very, very, very clean. Like it will get on you if you're not clean. Boy, pick up all your stuff.
Well, I could tell you that that's not true as far as Black American women go. I can't call a group of women that shampoo their hair once every 3 months clean. I don't know what the hell O'Shea is talking about, but this is once again his pro-Black thing that he likes to do. I cannot. Well, I mean, relative to whom? First of all, I would say relative to whom? Are they cleaner than Asian, Latin, or white American women? Like I'm gonna call cap on that. Let's start there. I'm gonna start by calling cap on that. And then I'm going to follow through with the true part of what he said, and that is they like to get on you about it. Now, that part is true. You see, the funny thing about Black American women, and y'all can tell me in the chat if y'all noticed this, they'll come to your, and I'm a slob, so this is just how things is going to be for me. They'll come to your place and bitch about the cleanliness, and then when you go to your place, you're like, wait, what the hell? And they stuff dirty. You want to know why that is? Because they like telling you what to do. They like browbeating you. They like saying that you're not good enough, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They like doing that. And if they see that your bed is unmade or something like that, you have dishes in the sink that's not washed, they like calling you out for stuff like that. But you'll go to their place and you'll see the same damn thing. It's not a matter of them being clean. It's a matter of them being bossy.
That toilet seat down. Why don't you flush after yourself? What's wrong with you? What?
Why don't you flush after yourself? I'm a self-confessed slob, but I flush. What the hell? Damn, O'Shea.
These dishes. I'm not about to wash these dishes. Clean up after yourself. Like that's most Black women in America. They're, for the most part, that I know.
Yeah, okay, he's right. O'Shea is right. They are, they do like to. They just like to, command. They just like to feel in charge. That doesn't make them clean. That's just them, saying that so they could talk about you not being clean. Pot, kettle, them.
Very clean. Don't take cleanliness for granted. So imagine you going to another country, you're paying for a lady, and I'm sorry, this is going to be offensive, but I'm going to say it. When you're dealing with somebody of another community, they have to do more than the women in your community. And the reason why that's the case is because you have to do more than the men in their community.
He's right, you know.
So the fact that you're paying for a chick that is giving you less quality of service that you can get in the States, that's difficult to accept. And then, but
again, like I said, O'Shea is out of touch. Unless if O'Shea was dealing with older women.
Here he is taking shots. All right, O'Shea's out of touch unless he's dealing with older women. Go.
If you're talking to women, because this is more than likely a younger woman that this guy on the screen right now is talking about. If you're in America and you're dating a woman under 30 years old, like, you're better off being in this guy's situation. Like,
yeah, that is true. So he's basically, Austin is calling O'Shea out for the same thing I am. And I don't think O'Shea is out of touch, even though he probably hasn't dated like a younger Black American woman in quite some time. Not that he's uncharismatic or anything like that, but because he's just been away for very long. But nevertheless, if he thinks that they are, on some OCD cleanliness stuff, they're not. They're on some looking for an excuse to bitch at you stuff.
dating a 22-year-old woman in America is a fucking waste of time. And they will more than likely not be cleaning up their hair, not cleaning dishes. So we don't even.
It's not their hair. Basically, that hair that she's not cleaning out the drain is what they sell to Black women in the States. Like, that's what's really good. Like, that's what's really going on.
Getting it. O'Shea hasn't been back to the States in a minute, from what I know.
There's a gift that I purchased for her, like a fool. When she moved in, she had an old iPhone. So I bought her an iPhone. So I bought her an iPhone 17 Pro Max. So it was a penny.
This shit is like crazy. Yo, can y'all send me a Cash App or a Super Chat?
Nah, fuck you.
Like, I'm over here eBay and sending you boy $ Austin Holloman.
All right, I'm gonna pause on the fucking Cash App. Fuck you. All right, let's see. Bot to USD. All right. What do you say? 50,000 bot. Dang, that costs $1,400. Wow. Well, all right. Let's see.
Is my Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle is AustinHolloman@gmail. See, I'm your only friend.
And this is why I don't like Austin. Like, no sense of teamwork. I'm your only friend. He's trying to clean out the competition.
You know, even if I use curse words, I'm going to clean up after myself. He got her. Listen, I'm American, and I can afford the new iPhone 17. What do you say, 17 Pro? And I don't have it. And he bought her he bought a chick that won't clean up and text immediately when she get in the house the iPhone 17 Pro. Y'all be wasting money on these chicks.
You do.
Send me the money. I will use it better.
Why in the hell would he waste it on you? See, only pieces of shit thinks like that. Seeing somebody get hustled in, then say, yeah, you should have sent it to me. I should be the one hustling you.
than this. I deserve it more.
Shit it. Piece of shit it.
$1,000 baht, right?
So after,
Let me hear.
It was a penny. It was like 50,000 baht, right?
He called 50,000 baht. Okay.
all of this happened, he decided to buy an expensive iPhone 17 Pro Max, which cost, I think what he said is 50,000 baht,
Yeah.
but I think that's more or less, that's almost about $1,500. So imagine you have a lady who is not doing anything that you asked of her, and then you buy this phone for her, and you buy this phone for her hoping that she will change. I see the strategy in this guy. He's trying to get her to act right. But fortunately, rewarding bad behavior never gets anybody to act right. I mean, I've tried it as a boss. I've tried it in relationships. It doesn't work, okay? The key thing to understand is that she had an iPhone like 11 or 12, meaning that no matter what she was doing with her cheeks, nobody else would buy the phone for her.
So now we could call Austin on his BS statements. Their dudes out paying $3,000 a month. It's like, no, she wouldn't be working, and she wouldn't be working at a shop, and she would already have the iPhone if that was the case. Somebody said I'm an Android man. I'm an Android man too,
So if
and not because I'm frugal, but for other reasons.
another guy won't buy a phone for her, then that typically means you most likely shouldn't buy the phone for her, especially if you just meet her. All right. Now, again, what he found out,
And that's my thing, because the Thai chicks, they have 12 boyfriends. So to be buying a Thai chick, here's the thing that one ruler star said in my chat one time. She said American dudes love to brag about being loaded with cash,
Yeah.
and then complain when women use them like ATMs. This guy right here with the glasses on top of his head said that $1,500 for the iPhone 17 is a penny. Well, if you looking at it as a penny and you sending her, so now we know if he feels like $1,500
No, he's just using an old school term. Like, that's a pretty penny. Like, that's a lot.
a month is a penny, we know for a fact $3,000 a month is 2 pennies to him.
That hairline, though. That hairline looks like a quizzical eyebrow. Like, you could tell that his hair is going backer, but like the right side is going backer quicker than the left. It's like, it's like they're racing to reach the back of his head. It's a recede race, and the right side is winning by a landslide.
So we know that he was actually sending her about $3,000 in if he talking like that. You can't come on YouTube and complain about them using you when that's your mindset. $ Austin Holland is my cash app, man.
So you don't want people to get used by anybody except you. Gotcha.
Just send me a penny, that $1,500 penny.
and if you watch this video, it goes into more detail. And I suggest you do watch it. It's a great video, by the way. You go to my first comment, head to the top, and go over there and subscribe, and let them know I sent you. The thing that was so terrible was that the ex-prostitute that he was dealing with and her were scheming on him to get whatever they could from him and just bounce. So the problem is, why did he have so much respect for this chick that was a prostitute herself? I don't know that. I'm not trying to say that all prostitutes are bad or anything like that, but largely you were paying to play with one chick. And then
Fountain of Flightness, thank you for the $10 cash app. I did just receive that. I won't say your full name again.
she introduced you to the cousin. She tried to introduce you to the mother, and you didn't want that. So then why did you agree to the second thing? Second of all, anybody can make this kind of mistake. Trust me. Maybe not you, maybe not me exactly like this, but we are all men. It's a very, very vulnerable story to say. I made tons of mistakes that I don't even want to talk about online, right? And things like this are
I'm glad that O'Shea is willing to admit that he made tons of mistakes because Austin is pretending like, how could guys do this? Like, listen, guys go to these countries very unfamiliar with the marketplace, very unfamiliar with the marketplace. So they're going to make mistakes, you know, and the women really know how unfamiliar you are with the marketplace. And what they do, and this was what they tried to do to me in the Philippines, is they link up with you and they don't give your dick an opportunity to rest. Um, they'll never let you leave on a full load, and they are always there. Because once you realize what a commodity you are, then it's going to be time to renegotiate. I mean, men go there and they, you know, especially guys like this, and Austin, who really wasn't in this space. They traveled before they came to this space first and came to my channel first. Like, they just go to these places like, ooh, she pretty, and then then she spends the week with her penis in her mouth, and you don't really see a need to go out and test the market. And she knows what the market is like. She knows that. And she also knows that Ori and Puka look the same. Meaning that he can get one that looks exactly like you for a lower price. Very quickly.
Similar things like this happen to men all the time, and they never talk about it. So I do give them a lot of credit. And yeah, he's an older guy. Guys would say maybe he should know better. But you know what? He's in a new environment. Maybe his expectations for the women there are different. And it just goes to show you that just because you're in Thailand, the continent of Africa, the Dominican Republic, it doesn't mean that these women are going to be on a higher level of integrity or they're going to love you. When you're dealing with women who are relatively poor and operating in survivalism, all of this will happen. I went to medical school with a lot of chicks from Thailand, Taiwan, another country, and they were the complete opposite. But I just honestly feel that maybe the easiest way for him to meet somebody might have been in the way that he did it. I'm not sure. But guys, use his story as an example for your life. I want nothing but the best for this brother. Shout out.
And again, this goes back to what we always talk about. Just because you get your dudes always say, if you want to date and have the best women in your life, get your money right. Well, listen, he got his money so right that he said that the new iPhone 17 that costs $1,500 is a penny to him. It costs a penny. A penny is 1 cent.
Austin is broke as fuck. All right, so some people sound broke. So I had this barber years back, right? And he had his own shop. And okay, understand this. Barber shops results may vary from state to state, city to city, block to block. In my opinion, black barber shops nationwide are struggling. And this is for a number of reasons. One, hairstyles. Hairstyles, guys are either going long or nothing at all. Both of which really don't require barbers like that. The fade is fading. And even people who do have fades, like myself, are not getting it refaded as often as they should. And that's just like social change, like like guys would get faded every day if you work in a call center or something like that, and you don't want to get caught on a bad hair day, so you make sure you get faded every week, so so fresh and so clean. But then after a while, you're like, okay, once a month is good, especially since they raised the prices just like arbitrarily, go from $20 to $40 in a snap of a finger. But anyway, you know um so fellas are not getting their hair cut as often, for a number of reasons. So barbershops is dying. So let me finish the story of how I knew homie was struggling. And then his shop closed like shortly after that. There was a dude. I don't know if he was a customer or what, but he just came in and flashed some money. I wasn't really paying attention. And then I mean, I was cutting my hair. He was like, yeah, you can't just be going around flashing money like that. Just showing, some people ain't got it. I'm not saying I ain't got it, but some people just don't have it like that. I'm like, what do you mean? And it's not like he was on some '90s rapper stuff. He just like pulled out a wad of money and was like looking through it for whatever reason. Like he wasn't doing it to flash because there was number of dudes in the shop. He just pulled out some money, and like I wasn't thinking about it, but he just was stuck on that. He was just stuck on that, and I was like, oh wow. And that's how Austin is with dude in this whole penny comment. He's like, oh, that's a penny? That's a penny? Give me a penny. Cash App Austin Holloman at. It's like, damn, dude. Damn, dude. Somebody said that's why barbers sell dope on the site. I went to a barber one time, and I was young when this happened. I couldn't believe it. This ninja tried to sell me Viagra, and he was older. He was like in his 50s. He was like, I got them pills. I was like, excuse me? I didn't know what he was talking about. And then he said Viagra. And I'm just sitting there stuck like, I'm I'm cool, bro. Thanks. Thanks a lot. I'm cool with the haircut. Like, what the fuck do you say? What the hell do you say when people do that? Have I bought Viagra since then? Yes. Um, did it work? Fuck if I know. But that was just odd.
Do you know in America, there's not a damn thing you could buy with a penny. So he's trying
God
to
damn!
flex, trying to make it seem like that's just nothing to him. Like he just
Look at how much he's pocket watching this dude. Like through all that story, it seems like that's what he focused in on the most. He called it a penny, and he didn't even mean it like that.
and then he's on YouTube complaining about that woman. That's why you gotta do more than get your money right, bro. You get your money right because it costs money to eat, and it costs money to take a woman out to eat, and it costs money to Uber her. But you need to get your money right and also get your awareness right, get your charisma right, and get your preventative measures right.
This nigga said your charisma right. My uncle, who also travels, was talking that shit. Um, like he speak their language. Nigga talking to me like I'm fucking Miles Morales and he's Uncle Ben or the Prowler on Spider Man on Spider Verse. You need to just sit down, put your hand on her shoulder, look at her and say, "Hey." It's like, all right, yeah, but when they don't speak English, it's not. This shit don't come across the same. Now do it. Now, hey is pretty much understood in all languages, but you get my point. Like, he's trying to talk like this smooth shit. They don't. You speaking a bunch of words that they don't know what the fuck mean. Yeah, I paused it like on some Down syndrome shit, right? With the hairline, looking like the Wonder Woman symbol. But anyway, it's oh man, you need charisma. Listen, if you don't speak the language, because that's a large part of what charisma is. Your articulation, body language is a part of it too. But still, I mean, no matter what, you're talking in a language that's not particularly romantic. I don't know if y'all know that English is not really a penny dropping language to women who are not out for money like that. So, um, in fact, and I know it's the only language I know, but I've been told that it's not good for music and all kind of stuff. Like everything else rhymes and flows, and there's a lot more words that connect with each other and other and like Latin languages. English is just kind of like stapled together from German, Latin, and Celtic and Norman and shit. Um, so so you're just this dude trying to sound smooth to a bitch that don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's how I was looking at my uncle, and now Austin talking about you got to be charismatic. Holy shit!
Okay, so let me know what you guys think about that. Uh, why are dudes still going to Thailand getting used by these chicks? I guess it's just like a drug dealer. No matter what, you'll never kill. It's just, I guess it's the same logic on why drug dealers sell fentanyl. You'll never kill all your customers because you'll never run out of new customers. Same thing with this shit going on in Thailand. Anyway, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe.
Yeah, that's Austin. All right, let me stop right there. I'm reading some of your comments. Then I'm gonna go to the video where I show my negotiation skills, my international negotiation skills. All right, read some of your comments. Let's see. Then barber pushed his hairline back. He is a barber. What are you talking about? He is his barber. Failure to negotiate seems to be the Achilles heel for black men. I know. I know. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I remember I was on Razor Rays and people was talking shit to me about arguing with cab drivers over $2. It's like, listen, you gotta let these motherfuckers know I take money seriously. Get on dispatch and tell them that there's a black man out here that don't play that shit. He looks like he's in his late 50s, early 60s. Really? Dude, Morgan Freeman is 89. I've seen that. Morgan Freeman is 89 years old. And dude looks older than Morgan Freeman. And Angela Bassett is like 67. And she looked way younger than dude. Oh, these guys don't realize that they're the prize there. diabolical. No, they don't, and they try to keep that from you. Like that's why they say, "Is this your first time?" Oh no, I'll meet you at the airport. Fellas, for those of you who haven't traveled before and you meet a woman online, so she'll be there when you get there. If she says she'll meet you at the airport, she's trying to, she's blocking, she's cock blocking. She knows that she has the opportunity of a lifetime, and once you realize what's going on, you know, once you realize that you are the prize there, then all things has changed, and I don't blame her. Listen. Uh, I tell this story before. I tell the story from time to time um, about this nasty, slimy Ron Jeremy looking nigga that, and this was like in the '90s. Um, it, just a slimy looking, wet looking white dude, just slimy. Just how Ron Jeremy looks like he always got like a thin layer of moisture on him. Like he looked like one of those slimy dude. And he had this bad Slavic chick. I mean, she was bad because we worked together. And he was a supervisor, and which meant back then that you get like $1 more than the regular employees. Meaning that if we made like $12, he made 13. And he's married to this baddie. Now, we didn't have a concept of passport bros or anything like that. What we did have was what was called mail order brides. And that was something that was looked at as something that only white dudes did. And if somebody was to ask me at that age how that worked, I you could not convince me that those bitches did not come in a UPS box. I really thought that they came in a UPS box to your house. I was like, mail order bride. What the fuck? What the fuck? So, and I didn't know that she was one of them. So, yeah, she was a mail order bride, and uh, I didn't understand the concept. I'm thinking like, why in the fuck is she with this slime nasty bastard? You like remember Harlem Nights, and he was like, why are you with that fat, bloated, double chin having fat, nasty, fat. Remember Eddie Murphy was saying that about Jasmine Guy Home? That's how I felt. I was like, this don't make no damn sense. Especially when she could get with some young BBC like me, and I only make like $1 less than this nigga. So it's not even for the money. But what it was he made this mistake. She didn't realize her options at that time. She didn't realize her options at that time. And he's so stupid, he didn't keep her locked up in the trailer park. He let her out. And then she divorced dude. And if y'all seen this chick, she could be with like a fucking NBA player. All she had to do was just like go and sit in the front row of a Raiders game or a 49ers game or a Giants or A's game or Warriors. Like all she had to do was go and she'd be gone. And this nigga probably took her to an A's game. You're stupid. It's the same concept. The odds are definitely in a beautiful woman's favor in the U.S. And she probably realized it, but didn't understand the extent of her ability until she, left that nigga. And guys, a lot of guys don't realize how much of a commodity they are in these places. They have no idea. All right, let me see if I can find this show. Somebody said BBC hogging. I know a Thai guy who is the product of a mail order bride. I met I don't even know what you call this woman. Um I don't know if she's like mail ordered or if she's I can't even call it. She might be something like a slave to keep it a buck. But I worked with her. She worked in this uh she worked in this warehouse, and I was doing the machine code for the machines that her and the crew were using. It was this mail processing center. And what did she do? Um, I would talk to her from time to time on lunch, thinking I had an opportunity. And she was Thai or some type of Asian. And she said, she told me that she had 3 kids. I was like, really? You got 3 kids? Because she was still small, but Oriental people are just like that. Oriental women are just like that. And she was 30 years old. Because I was like, wait, you got 3 kids? You're so young. She said, I'm not young. I'm 30, which is wild because black women think that 30 is young. She felt like she's an old woman, and to the rest of the world, she is. And then she told me her situation. She married a guy here in the States that she never met. Her aunt just arranged a marriage to this dude who lives in his mom's house. We don't have basements here, but where he lives in like a house that's on the back of a house, kind of like a shed, with her and the kids and stuff. But he lives with his parents. So it seems like his mom just contacted her aunt and bought him a bride. And so, however much he paid, she made back because because she's working. So, I can't really knock the whole deal that these people that do that do. I can't. Anyway, let's see. Sounds like the guy won. Yeah, he did. I mean, like, unless he spent like, a bazillion dollars, and she might have been a virgin. I don't know. But even if she made like 30K, I doubt that he spent 30K for her. So, he made it back in household contributions. All right. Means his abs and other anatomy is asymmetrical as well. I'm, dude, you staring too hard. Barber's charging 25 just for a crappy lineup. Yeah. Yeah, they rate. See, it's a process of brokenness, and this is what I was talking about in that video where I went to Sasua. It's a process of brokenness. Like, once something isn't selling as much as it used to, people start lowering the price. Or I mean, I'm sorry, merchants start raising the price, and then when they raise the price, they get fewer customers. So when they get fewer customers, what do? To make up for the difference, they raise the price. And it's just a downward spiral. And that's what barbers are going through. They're like, man, people not coming to the shop as much. I'm gonna raise prices. It's like, well, that's gonna make fewer people. You're really just like making it more difficult for the people who are devoted. And those people are just gonna fucking like, fuck it. It's dreads. Shake them dreads. Like they just like, okay, I give up. It's dread time. Or just, big chop. Anyway, let me see. Let me do the search thing. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see if I could queue up to the negotiation part. I'm just go to a random scene here. You're the jackpot overseas. Act like it. Yes. Yes. I cannot express that enough. Act like you're the jackpot. It is wild how many military guys retire overseas without doing reconnaissance. Austin spent all his money in Brazil and Thailand, probably Africa too. But I mean, definitely, you know, there might come a time soon where the well will run dry. And listen, very few people. Shout out to MTR. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Very few people can do YouTube over a sustained period of time, and have that be your income. Very, very, very few people. Even ones that you would think would never go anywhere, like Cooking with Kaya, eventually fade. I mean, she got wrapped up in some other stuff, but let's face it, like, um, if you have a good TV show like Game of Thrones, they only show like 13 episodes a year, and even that fades away like after 5 years, 5, 7 years. Like The Wire, 5 seasons, and that's because people get tired of watching things. Um, Same thing is true for someone like Austin. You know, when he first started, it was super chats after super chats. Like, but now through that whole video, he gave somebody thanks for a $10 cash app like that, and that's it. So yeah, black men are becoming less pretty. Yeah, and that's because there's less reward for it. I know because I used to be one of those, low cut Caesar with the deep waves type dude, brushing my hair like I'm Chicago from Poetic Justice. I used to be that way because in that time there were so many opportunities that I didn't want to miss. Like no matter where I was going, and no matter where I was going, there was always going to be an opportunity. So I wanted to be prepared for that opportunity. So, and that meant, staying on point all time at all times. But nowadays, because women got fatter and more fake hair to her and just lower quality in general, you're not really seeing a quality woman as often. So a single man can really waste a haircut, because if you get your haircut and you don't really see an attractive woman or a woman that's worth approaching in that time frame, then that's a waste, in my opinion. $40, and that's how much my cuts cost. And that's why brothers are less pretty. Got to keep that hairline stiff. Yeah, that used to be the sentiment. Now it's like, why in the fuck am I keeping my hairline stiff for a bitch with no hair? Ninjas identify themselves of satisfying that coach. Yep. Yeah, we put our own sense of self worth. We tie our sense of self worth to our worth to women. Absolutely. He's a woman. Woman, come on. All right. Charisma is overrated. It's mostly an American thing because the men here have to entertain women. Yeah. Yeah, America is a highly competitive environment for women, and We've gotten to the point now where women just enjoy watching men compete. It's you know, but Austin uses money he didn't use. But Austin uses money. He don't use charisma. Well, Austin likes to feel like he has charisma. That's why he goes to places, and big ups places where it's a challenge. He feels that African women are a challenge. Now they're not, and the Russian guy proves that. But he basically wants to outdo other men, and that's why when he lost that competition with Redbeard, he went crying to Africa. I have a Widow's Peak Batman art, but um, I've had it since childhood. His is receding. Yeah, yeah, he's one of those like Myron Gaines type people. Hopefully for him it's a slow recede. I don't think black males. Let's see, have a failure of negotiation per se. I think it's because our image has been so tainted by white supremacy. We often spend too much time just trying to prove we are good men. You're not a good man if you're spending $3,000. I mean, yeah, you might feel like you have something to prove, but you're just proving that you spend money foolishly. Foolishly. All right. She's trying to cover your eyes from seeing all the other women that are way hotter than her, or even just the same hotter than her. Like she. But yeah, the truth of the matter is, unless she is a rare beauty in Thailand, which I doubt, she don't want you to know that she's not a rare beauty. Once more black men realize that being black is an advantage in a lot of dating markets, dudes will move from Keisha even more. Yeah, agree. That's an understatement. I thought Hispanic dudes took over the barbershop game in California. I don't know. I don't even think that's a thing because we get our hair cut by two different people, and yeah, um, black men don't really go to Hispanic barbershops like that or Hispanic barbers like that. I think you may confuse us with like East Coast places where a lot of barbers are black, Puerto Rican, and Dominican and stuff like that, where it makes sense. But we don't really have many Dominicans and Puerto Ricans here, so just Mexicans, and Mexicans don't cut black people here. They found out Kia was a 304 and it was over. Yeah, exactly. He was talking like like he's above that shit. He said, "I got a ponytail, look like a Black Thor character." Yeah, brothers are like, "Hey, I just want to keep that $40. I'm not going to pay the $40 on a chance that I'm prepared that something nice is going to walk by." Because chances are, depending on where you live, unless you live in Miami or something, they're not. Brothers got to start doing their own haircut and lineups. Yeah, I could, but a fade is something that I only trust to a professional. And since fade is really going out of fashion, it's fading away. Um, I could see that like eating into barbers' pockets. New clippers arrived yesterday. Time to cut my own hair again. Can pay $50 plus tip every week. No, yeah. Then just don't negotiate. Agreed. All right. So now I'm going to share with you. It's a long interview, but it's worth having. It's worth sharing. See if I can catch it. Let me know in the chat room if you had to pick just one. Which one would it be? And I'm not going to insult the young ladies. I'm saying don't give me like who you wouldn't pick Give me the one that you would pick. And I think that y'all might be on the same page as me. There's two that are close, but one is my pick. All right, let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, saying before she's seen it where they used to put like a cloth, like a liquid on the cloth, and they put it on you and then it rub you. I guess like you've seen like those where they put that like that.
Yeah, chloroform. Yeah.
Chloroform, that's it. Yeah, they used to do that. Pero antes, before, y ahora, and now.
No, ahora el quieto.
Oh, just so y'all know, describe her by her shirt or something. I don't know because I don't know if you're counting three or what, but anyway, just so y'all know, the person Marco, good YouTuber, cool people. He's the one that's translating. None of these girls speak English. I said pick one. Pick one to smash. You got one penis.
Ahora just a
Andate quieto, la forma más fácil de robar el cosquilleo.
That one and just to with the fingers, like pickpocket. That's the other one.
Tiene demasiados métodos de robar.
Yeah, there's so many methods to rob.
Caminando tranquilo y lo jalan y le jalan el celular.
Se da cuenta cuando llega a la casa.
Sí.
Yeah, some they just pull you, you don't notice. You notice when you get home, but you've been robbed.
Simplemente hay que estar desprevenido y despierto.
You gotta be awake. You gotta be always.
Despierto.
Well, let me ask this: which one of them has boyfriends?
What tiene novio?
No.
Sarah.
Sarah. Okay. When
Camila and Sarah.
Sarah.
No, solo Sarah.
No.
Oh, so Camila, no. Okay, I got that. So Sarah. So
Mariana. Carolina.
Ay, no,
Sarah.
okay, so Sarah, when you're walking down the street.
Por eso está allá en los hombres. Ay,
She said, ¿cómo le dice? She
Sí,
asked her, do you still believe in men? She's being asked.
Oh, so she likes.
Look, don't give them numbers because I don't know what 4 means. And also, no insults because, these are friends of a friend. As far as I know, these are not like working girls or anything like that. He lives there, and these are his friends that were nice enough to come over and do an interview for my show. So take it easy. Keep the stuff to a respectable minimum. Far right, okay.
Women?
Say it again, Taylor. They're making fun of her saying, you still believe in men?
Okay, we can unpack that in a moment. But...
And he's a cop. He's a cop. Policía? He's a cop.
Okay, so no, that was going to go to my question, but I guess it already answers. Like, I mean, is it safe for a man like your boyfriend to just walk down the street with you and you could just feel comfortable not getting robbed? But I think the fact that he's a cop answers that.
Ya no, que uno siente seguro andar con un man en la calle, pero ya que es policía, pues te sentís segura porque es policía.
Sí.
Yeah, he's packing, so tiene pistola.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair.
He's a trained officer, so yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So why did the other lady say, you still believe in men? Like, is that...
All right. I don't know if y'all noticed this, and I don't know if Medellin is like this, or Colombia in general. Dominicans, with all due respect to their country and the people in it, they handle weapons like toys. The police officers, the security guards, and stuff like that. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to watch them do that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I look at them like, hey, stop playing with it. And then there was this dude. Okay, so I got pickpocketed in Dominican, and I went to the police and was in the car, and one dude to look for him, and one police officer had the gun between his legs, pointed at his dick. and he used that to hold it as he cocked it up. I just looked like, what the fuck? Like I never seen um somebody handle a weapon so poorly. Like Dominican is the worst. I don't know if Colombia is like that, but Dominican is the worst when it comes to that.
Is that a common, like Colombian women don't believe in men? Like what's going on there?
Que porque ustedes dijeron de que ustedes le dijeron que si ustedes creen hombre, que si eso es común de que las colombianas creen en los hombres.
Porque los hombres colombianos son muy mentirosos.
Because all Colombian men are liars. Ahí va a tener incenso, por favor. Yeah, he's saying because Colombian men are liars. Okay, that was Camila's answer. ¿Y tu respuesta por qué? ¿Por qué se la acusaron?
Porque todos los hombres mienten.
Because all men are liars.
No, porque es que no. O sea, no hay hombre bueno realmente que uno diga, con este quiero estabilizar una relación.
Because there's no good men that you can say with this one, I want to stabilize a relationship.
En Medellín se normalizó la infidelidad, entonces todos están con todos.
He says that in Medellin it's become very popular for people to be with other people, so can't trust nobody.
Okay, do y'all think that gringos are more or less likely to lie than locals?
¿Tú crees que gringos son menos para mentir o igual?
No, es lo mismo, pero jamás.
You got a spider?
Sí, es lo mismo, pero los gringos se dejan enredar más fácil.
He said yes, they also lie, but the gringos are easier to fool.
Y el gringo el primer
And it's easier
Okay, I think this is where we get. I think this is where we get into the nitty gritty. So, because there's I think it's coming up at this part of the conversation where we talk about like allowances and stuff like that and prices. That's what I want to share with you. I got to get out of here at 5:30, so hopefully I find it before then.
Fall in love to get in your web, as they say.
Holy crap! Okay.
What's the word? What's the fucking word that's used? Clumsy.
What, like Jar Jar Binks?
I was gonna say another word, but they're clumsier. You know, more simps.
Yeah. Okay. So y'all don't see.
See, I didn't know what they meant. This video is from years ago. I didn't know what they meant when they were saying clumsy, but I think that and Marco even said that they don't really have a word for what they're trying to convey. I think what they're trying to get at is like fiscally irresponsible, which is what I was saying about dude, which is why he should have been watching videos like this. You should not be over there spending $3,000 on a single bitch. You could literally have all four of these.
What's wrong with that? Okay, so you're upset that local men lied to you, yet you see no problem with Colombianas lying to gringos?
But they didn't say lie. They didn't say lie. They say
well, deceive. I mean, you see them as easily deceived, meaning that
they didn't say deceive.
Okay, so and this is where the charisma thing that people talk about isn't really a thing when you don't speak the language. Because they said it's easier for a man to get caught in my web. Now, in America, web means typically when somebody says web or caught in my web, it's a web of lies and deceit. But no, I think it means something else there. So it's funny, like, you know, if you think you're just gonna charisma your way, no, there's gonna be like language barriers that makes, you know, seductive conversation impossible.
Oh, what's the word?
No, they say to get him in their web. You know.
Okay, fair enough. You're upset. You're upset that local men put you in their web, yet you're willing. But it's okay for Colombianas to put gringos in their web.
Dice que ustedes piensan que está bien, de que porque está mal que los colombianos las enredan a ustedes, pero está bien que ustedes enreden a los gringos.
No es que los colombianos nos enreden a nosotros.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't say that they put them in a web. They said they lie, que les mienten. That's a different thing. See, you have to understand the difference.
I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. What web? Web is obviously a local colloquialism for something else. So the girl that I bought the stove for, um, I met her online before I went to Dominican, and we was texting back and forth, and she said, um, I'll meet you at the airport. I don't care. I'll wait all day. So that she knew what was up. She knew that she knew what was up. And I showed her a picture of the thing. Very attractive woman. But uh, anyway, she didn't want me to know my options. But when we were going back and forth, she said, "You're gonna be leche all over the place." She said, "Just wait till you see. You're gonna be leche all over the place." I had no idea that leche meant come. So when it came back on the translator, it read, "I'm gonna be milked all over the place," or "I'm gonna be milking all over the place." Like, I'm like, what? What are they talking about? So some things just get lost in translation. So if you're trying to do the charisma thing through Google Translate, you're a damn fool. But uh, another thing, and this is for no. Let's say it's is milk. Leche is milk, I should say. I already say it, but she was talking about milk is a term that they use for cum. But anyway, um, another thing that kind of hit me that I realized because I got it from multiple things. They have a word, and I don't know what it is in Spanish for sexually gratified. But when you put it in Google Translate, it's rich. It means it translates as rich. So a girl would send me a message saying, "So how rich were you last night?" Or no, just how rich were you? And I'm like, "Why do you ask that? That's kind of rude." She was like, then there was that confusion. But rich just means sexually gratified. When rich is, I'm like, damn, this bitch is saying how much money you got? Like, what the hell? So it's stuff like that. There's gonna be, I don't know, I still don't know what these bitches are talking about with web.
Help me understand the difference. I
Okay,
think this is something that's lost in translation.
okay, de pronto explica qué es enredar.
Miren, los gringos tienen su esposa y se consiguen otra mujer, pero la ven cada 8 días que nadie se dé cuenta, ¿cierto? En cambio, los hombres salen a beber con la mujer y la moza juntos.
Okay, saying that perhaps an American will have a wife and the other one, and then they'll see the wife like with the other one every 8 days. But here, the Colombian dude will go out with the wife and with the other one at the same time.
Pay attention. Pay attention. So basically, you got dudes in Colombia that got wives and girlfriends like in the same day. Both of them is gonna get down with the program, and here you come paying $3,000 for the same shit. That's why they look at you as goofy as fuck. Not saying don't pay, but get what you worth.
So they feel it's better because the wife. Okay, so I'm confused. Like,
Yeah, I'm confused too. So I just translate.
Okay, so you're talking. You're saying an American who brings his wife to Colombia.
Sí, hola. Give me a second. Es que enredar no es lo que tú dijiste. No es lo que tú
Okay,
dijiste.
he's gonna translate for me because he's trying to figure out. He don't know what they're talking about.
They said the same word, but they all have different meanings.
Okay.
Enredar, ¿qué significa enredar?
So while they figure that out, let me go forward.
¿Qué significa enredar para ti? ¿Qué significa enredar para ti? Tú dijiste que tener esposa y verla cada 8 días. Tú dijiste que era fucking como...
No, para mí enredar es Bueno, para mí enredar es decir mentiras, para mí son reales.
Okay, so for her,
O sea, dar falsas
it is.
ilusiones para endulzar el oído y dar una
Pero
falsa
lo que hacen los
ilusión.
colombianos, lo mismo entonces.
Pero yo vi un ejemplo de un enredo.
No un ejemplo, vea, pero de lo mismo que diga.
Los gringos también hacen eso.
Oye,
El primer día le dicen a uno,
Era-
te amo.
I think
y
it's
después
go to
dicen
the
que
next
se vayan
subject.
a
On the
Yeah.
next
Estados
subject.
Unidos.
Next subject. Now they got
Yeah,
some
I don't.
Okay,
don't know
yeah,
what-
I'm thoroughly confused. Okay, so
La cagaron. No, porque usted dijo que. Hold on.
Okay, they're still
Digo,
talking
ella
about it. Let me go
dijo que
forward.
los
Let me see
colombianos
what I
son
got.
mentirosos, ¿cierto? Y dijo, ¿por qué los gringos? No, porque son más fáciles de enredar. ¿Ok? So, entonces, enredar, si usted está en. That's bullshit, right away, that's bullshit. How you love me without knowing me?
Okay, now they're saying that
Yeah, so right away you
that
say, what the hell
American
is
men
crazy
fall
to
in
the
love
word loving
with
me?
And I agree. You should,
And they start promising like land, they're gonna take it to the States. Second day,
oh,
I take it to the States. We're gonna give you so many gifts.
okay. Let me say some things on that in defense of gringos. I do think that something.
well, here, before I get into that, I'm gonna talk about this milk thing because y'all seem to be stuck on it. Yeah, you know that milk is jizz. It makes sense when you think about it. I didn't put it together because it's a local slang, but and also what you got to know, and for those of you that haven't traveled yet, try not to be taken back too much by this, as I was a little bit, and that is the prettiest girls will do the nastiest shit you'll ever seen. And I'm not talking about in a good way. I'm not talking about nasty in a good way. I'm talking about nasty in a WTF way. Imagine sitting on the toilet taking a shit and an 8+ barges into the bathroom and squatting piss in the shower hole. It's like, whoa, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. But that happened. And one nasty thing that I seen, it was in Dominican. Uh, there's no expiration date on the milk, at least as far as I know. And I don't even know if they sell fresh milk. I don't know if it's not pasteurized or what, but the shit's spoiled. At least by our standards, it's spoiled. To watch an 8+ pour spoiled milk on her cereal and eat the shit right in front of you is wild as fuck. Is wild as fuck. And I'm sitting watching like, did this bitch just pour some spoiled milk on Frosted Flakes and eat it? And then, and this is probably why they made the connection between milk and jizz, she had like a clump of milk on the side of the corner of her mouth that looked like jizz. I was like, what the? That's why they call it leche. Okay. I was like, okay, that's something. That is something. Fellas, y'all gotta even if it's not for the chicks, even if it's just to like see little shit like that. To like that, seeing that just made the whole like, damn, I don't think I ever seen such an attractive woman do such a nasty shit. That was some nasty shit if I ever seen it.
Things are lost in translation. Like he could mean something else, but it comes off stronger because of the translator. Like he's he might not be saying I love you. He might be saying, you're pretty or you're nice or something like that, or you're lovely, but it just comes off different when it translates. You think that might be the case?
So you think...
Sí, es que,
Y en lo de prometer y que...
Espérate, después la pregunta primero.
Sí, es que el traductor cambia muchas palabras.
Yeah, perhaps, because the translator changes a lot of words sometimes.
Nosotros, I love you, te amo. ¿Qué vamos a entender?
Yeah, because somebody says, I love you, what the hell is supposed to understand?
Para ustedes son muchas cosas, para nosotros.
Maybe to us it means different things. Like I want to love you, like I want to give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the saying that. But to us, when we say I love you, it's I love you, not I want to love you. Not I want to do you.
Yeah, exactly. That could be like a mistranslation.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
And now the promises.
Las promesas.
How do you know they're not real?
¿Cómo saben que no son verdaderas esas promesas? Because they don't go through with them.
Okay, so guys have said that, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, and then they don't do that. Gringos have done that?
Yes, that's what happens. We'll get an example, okay? That's the custom. Okay, I think te preguntaron. What they promise you? ¿Qué te prometieron a vos? ¿Qué te prometieron y no te cumplieron?
Que regalos, que nos vamos a ir a pasear, ¿cuándo?
Okay, they promised her gifts that we're going to go off on a trip, and she's still waiting for that.
Okay.
Regalos, paseos,
Gifts, trips, visa, everything, and nothing.
Okay.
La plata para estudiar inglés.
Okay, so apparently Brothers was going down there on empty promises and shit like that.
Giving money to study English, gifts, trips. On the trips, they have done it. Trips she has gone on. But she's still waiting for money for study.
En la general, tú vas a ser mi mujer y nos vamos a ir a pasear por todo el mundo.
Oh, general, you're gonna be my woman, and we're gonna go all around the world. That's the typical. That's the most common one.
Okay, so each of you have a desire to go around the world.
All right, let me see.
In summary, or conclusion is.
Solamente mienten los gringos y los colombianos. Solo los hombres mienten.
Not only Colombians or gringos lie, all men lie. We're all liars.
Okay. It is completely different type of lie. I mean, because gringos seem to do false promises, while Colombians seem to do they're hiding other women. So one cheats and one group's offer false promises. That's what I was saying. How are Colombian men so bad when y'all tell the same lies to gringos?
Entonces, ¿por qué los colombianos son tan malos si te dicen la misma mentira a los gringos?
Hay que aprender.
Huh?
Hay que aprender.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn.
Holy crap. Okay. Okay.
You gotta get practice.
And this is something, and I'm glad that they brought this up because this is something I want men, particularly passport bros that aren't expats, to know. Should a man assume that if he visit his quote unquote girlfriend occasionally or seasonally or on vacation, that when he's not there, she's seeing someone else? Should he assume that?
Listen to this wisdom. I'm glad I stopped here. Listen to this part.
Yes.
Yes. Todo yes.
Yes.
Fellas, y'all heard that, right? So my question was, should American men believe that when he is not in that country, that she's fucking somebody else? And they all just straight up said yes. If you think that you're Thailandese or you're Colombian or you're Dominican or whatever, if you think she's your girl when you're not there, you're delusional. I got a gallon of invisible fish I could sell you.
Yes. He says, sadly, yes.
Okay, understood. Have any of them had a both foreign boyfriend and a local Colombian boyfriend at the same time?
Say it again. The first part was what?
Has any of them had both a foreign boyfriend and a local Colombian boyfriend at the same time?
Pues no, de novio no.
Not as a boyfriend, pero de vacile.
Sí, de
As a lover.
Boyfriend, but as a hookup, yes.
Okay.
¿Tampoco? No. No. Así, no novio, not a boyfriend, pero sí de vacile.
What about as a hookup?
As a hookup? Yeah, just for hookup, these two over here. Yes.
Okay. How seriously should a man that doesn't live in Colombia take a Colombian relationship?
Pay attention to this question.
Es que, o sea, obviamente no todo es todos, nosotros hablamos como en general. Obviamente hay muchas
Claro, es
relaciones.
general, no es general, estamos en general. It's saying the obviously not all. We're talking in general, of course. We're talking in general, yes, of course. She cleared it up. Pues seriamente.
Belleza.
¿Que sí?
Pues sí, los extranjeros que vienen, ¿qué buscan en nosotros?
No.
Eso fue la pregunta.
No. ¿Te dice la pregunta?
A ver, vamos a ver. O sea, ¿qué
Say it again.
bases tienen pues un extranjero para tener una relación estable?
Say the question again. Say the question again.
How seriously should a foreign man take a relationship with a Colombiana if he don't live there?
There's a saying here that says, love when you're far is for dumbasses.
Pero es que
Ajá.
todo de la persona.
That's the translation.
No todos malos, no todos
You know,
infieles.
love from
Pay attention. You see, this is why people that get fleeced in places should have been paying attention to me, because I'm sad. Like, you know, you're hearing it straight from the one's mouth. Like, love when you're not there is stupid. It's like ancient Colombian wisdom to them too. It's not like this is just something that they say. Like you stupid if you think you. This is an international thing. Like, fellas, do not send a dime when you're not there. I mean, you are their boyfriend when you are there in their pussy. But when you're not, and there's no reason that you should be sending them shit. And once again, it's up to you, but just know that you're not intensifying the relationship, and it's not bringing them closer to you. You know, they have a Spanish word for you called dumbass.
from far away is for dumbasses or for assholes. That's the saying here. No, hay que generalizar.
No, pero uno puede rescatar.
He said,
Yo conozco, por ejemplo, un amigo
yeah, that's
mío.
it. They don't want to generalize, but hablemos, but tenemos que hablar de la mayoría. We have to talk about your.
Un amigo mío tiene la novia allá y él está acá y no sale de la casa porque ya
Al revés, porque es un hombre, no es una mujer.
Ay, qué maldad.
She said it backwards. I got a friend here. It's a man friend that has the girlfriend over there.
Wait, what's over there? Okay, so she has a man friend locally, and who has a girlfriend where?
Out somewhere.
And out in another country or out in another province or what?
Another country, and he's faithful.
Wow.
And
Okay.
she's telling him that y tú le dices que es un pendejo. And she telling him that he's a dumbass.
Well, wouldn't she be the dumbass?
Yeah, he's a dumbass because she might be with somebody else out there. Like
I see. He's a dumbass for not taking Camila seriously, for being faithful to
exactly
his friends when he could be with Camila.
Oh, so basically, and this is the one on the far right. She's saying that you could be fucking me, but you faithful to some broad overseas, who likely is being fucked by somebody else. So you're a dumbass. Equal love at a distance, then 4 of y'all will be happy. Okay.
I got
you. Love from far away is for dumbasses. Amor de lejos. And it says, I'm going to say love from far away the 5 live happy or the 4 live happy. Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah,
Meaning that
no.
it's not just 2 in a relationship.
Got you. Okay. Um, so, is it plausible for any of them to fall in love with a foreigner that decides to move there?
Say it again.
Okay, now I think we're getting to the allowance conversation.
Public, then they'll take, you know, your wallet, your phone, you know, and they'll get into your accounts. They'll get into your accounts and
Okay, now we're talking about. Follow me. Let me see if I can find it.
Now, does that mean he has to give that to you, even though you know you didn't have this sudden emergency?
Oh, now we're talking about the finance. Okay, so hopefully this
I said no because the one that had the emergency was the other one, not me.
Yeah, didn't have this sudden.
Oh no! Right now, I'm asking about like Polly. So I'm gonna go back some.
Yeah. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Yeah, that's Maria.
Maria, thank you.
And Carolina.
Okay, so Carolina and Maria. So you're both getting the same allowance, but the other girl has a need. That's, say, you know, $200. Maybe something broke in her house. Maybe she had a sick relative or something like that. You know, but she needs $250. Now, does that mean he has to give that to you, even though you know you didn't have this sudden emergency?
No, pues la necesidad es la otra, ¿no?
I said no because the one that had the emergency was the other one, not me.
Yeah, okay. The reason why I said that because they said even, and I wanted to know what the equal, and I just want to know.
I said, no, I mean, they meant that obviously both being taken care of. I said not a big deal.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay,
not
no, I was just saying if they were petty like that. That's all.
So right now we're discovering through my channel, which dude should have been watching, that these women are open to poly relationships. They don't respect guys that send money when they're not there, and if they're getting an allowance and one of them has like a situation that requires more money, they're not going to be on some. Wait a minute, you gave her $200 to keep her grandma alive. They're not like that either. So we're learning.
Si estaban así contando cuánto le diste qué, entonces dámelo a mí también. No, it's not like that. It's I guess it's right on the curve.
Okay, fair enough. And you go ahead and ask Camila the poly question, and then we can move to the next one.
Tiene a vos y a ella y les da lo mismo a las dos y es honesto con las dos. ¿Tú eres de ahí?
Sí.
She says yes. Pero de repente dice que de repente ahora ella se enferma y se le muere el perrito, necesita 100,000 pesos. ¿Te enojaras porque le dio 100,000 pesos más a ella que a vos?
Ah, no. Bueno,
No, she's not going to get mad. It is what it is. I just asked extra. Emergency.
And what's the respective?
I want y'all to pay attention to the negotiation. What's the point here? 1 hour and 22 minutes. All right. So I want y'all to pay close attention to how this is handled. Then I'll head out.
¿Crees tú que es una buena mensualidad que te pueden dar al mes?
Todo lo que quiera.
all that he wants.
Por mí, lo que quieras.
Whatever he wants. No, pero algo lo que tienes que es algo razonable.
Algo razonable.
For some reason.
¿Cuál semana? ¿Mensual?
Mensual.
O semanal. Weekly o semanal.
$2,000 mensuales.
$2,000? About $2,000 a month is good.
Okay.
$2,000 a month is good.
Okay, and that's the consensus throughout the thing. $2,000, $500 a week.
A ver, todas están como
Now, they said $2,000 a month. They just threw it out there. $2,000 a month. The word of the day is negotiate. Now remember, they start off at $2,000 a month. And this is what they, this is how they came at, Michael Alexander, who never negotiated in his long life.
serían 500 a la
O sea,
semana.
al
500 a
mes,
week.
al mes
Sí.
$1000, pero que
No, 2000 o 1000.
en el transcurso del mes.
Espérate, 1000 o
¿Qué
2000.
más?
Espérate, 1000 o 2000.
Ay, 3000 pues.
A ver, $500 semanales.
500 a week sería 2 millones.
Sí, alrededor de
2 millones a la semana.
Oye, yo como
2 millones a la semana. Yeah, 500 a week is good.
8 millones de
por
pesos.
eso, uy, pues.
Sí.
Okay,
Una
let me ask this: if a guy pays $4,000 a month, would y'all scopamine him?
Say it again?
If a guy paid $4,000 a month, would you use scopamine on him?
That's a weird question because no one said they would.
No, I know it's a joke partly, but remember before when they were saying if a guy paid too much, then he made himself. So I see, and that's why things.
Oh, because I was wondering why would I say something like that? But no, I was making a point. So they said earlier in the conversation that if a guy pays too much, then he looks foolish. Brothers think that they making themselves look good. I ain't no broke nigga. I got money, but really you look foolish. You look foolish, and that's what they were saying. And that's why I was making that joke like that. It just didn't hit well. Fortunately, he didn't translate it.
You know, with foreigners, jokes don't really translate the same way.
That was. Dijo que entonces si un man les diera $4,000, Alaska, si un man les da $4,000, no 2,000 o no 1,000, sino que 4,000, ¿todavía le echan en su bolomina?
No.
¿Sí? Sí, it fell flat. See that?
Yeah, it does. It does. And most jokes they try to translate them.
No, they never do it. Man.
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, let me put this. With a guy who gives a woman a larger allowance, is he?
No, but it's like if I told you to I don't smoke crack, you'd be like, all right, cool. So you like crack, right? Like,
no,
what?
I know. So let's not personalize it.
Yeah.
Like generally, if a guy gives a
all right, let me see if I can speed up. Head out, but
pone a que.
Ahí y no de nada y saber que me va a seguir dando.
So long term, got it. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Now, how much of an allowance do you expect from a local man?
Okay, ¿cuánto mensual ustedes esperan de un colombiano?
Bueno, tú por lo menos gana el mínimo, entonces.
Sí, pero sí, ya flifas. But they
Colombiano gana el mínimo, entonces.
they earn the minimum mostly.
Si es un trabajador normal.
It's a normal work. See, you have to understand. Déjame explicarle el mínimo.
Las uñas.
Déjame explicarle el
Las
mínimo.
uñas sí.
Déjame explicarle el mínimo. I have to explain this to you, okay?
Okay.
When they say about minimum wage, okay? In the States, a person that earns minimum wage has minimum skills. Okay, it's an entry-level job. Okay,
Right.
whether it be fast food or whatever the hell it is, right?
Right. They're young, typically. Yeah.
Right. Now here in Colombia, if you go to school, all right, and you graduate as an engineer or whatever the hell it is, or whatever the hell you finish, entry level, normally they start you at the minimum, even though you have a college degree. For the most part, it's very rare that they give you more than that. It's kind of like that joke that Chris Rock said that they pay you the minimum wage because if they paid you, because they couldn't do it because against the law to pay you less. But that's all they do. So they're saying that the majority of people here earn minimum wage. Okay? So
What's the minimum wage in Colombia?
Here it is. Okay, so what is the minimum acá?
1.300.000.
It's about.
1.300.000 el mínimo.
¿Ya cerró? ¿Ya cerró? It's a 1,000,003 by 4. What's 13 divided by 4?
It's a little more than 3.
All right, so you figure 300 and something. 300 and that change.
Okay, monthly.
Yes.
Gotcha. So safe to say they don't pay an allowance.
No, she was saying that, okay, entonces, ¿qué te da? El que manda mínimo, ¿cuál es lo que esperas de un colombiano que te dé?
Me invitan a salchipapas.
If he takes you out for some fries and sausages.
Con la quincena.
Las uñas, dice tú?
Las uñas.
Oh, she said something to do your nails or take you out for some fries.
Una hamburguesita.
Maybe a hamburger or something.
they really like fries.
Una salita por ahí.
No, realmente no espero nada.
She doesn't expect much because there isn't much.
Okay. Okay, let me ask you this.
No, es que no tampoco.
Can a gringo if he takes you out for fries and get your nails done, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, what could he expect?
Ok, si un gringo te lleva a salchipapas y te da para las uñas, ¿qué puede esperar?
Ya.
Ay, Dios.
¿Qué puede esperar de ti?
¿De mí?
Ujú.
Nada. Ah.
Ah,
No.
You heard that one.
yeah.
Si él me da a mí las uñas y las salchipapas,
Ajá.
solamente. ¿Qué puede esperar de mí? Una amistad.
A friendship.
Okay.
Amistad.
Sí, amigos normal.
Friends.
¿Por qué no? Todo es bien recibido.
So well received.
Gracias.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Caro says no.
Thank you
No,
very
okay.
much.
No, es pues para mí es tan básico acá que ya sería como normal que los mismos amigos cojan ese método.
He said that it's so basic here that it'd be weird for the gringos to also pick up that method or that custom.
Okay, so needless to say,
¿Qué tú ves?
men have to pay because they're gringos. Men have to pay more because they're gringos.
Entonces es que tienen que pagar más porque son gringos. Tienen que esperar más porque son gringos.
Si ganan más, es como si yo
Porque pueden brindar más.
Yeah, because of what you earn.
Pues
It's expected. I mean, it's like what you earn.
Porque por su situación económica puede brindarle a uno
Because if your
más de lo
situation
que
is better, then
gana en
it'll be upon you to offer more. Because obviously, if you have a buck, you can only spend it so many ways. But if you have 5, then it's more.
I get that, but okay, put it like this: have they ever met a gringo who I wouldn't say is poor, but who didn't earn much,
¿Han conocido un
who
gringo
couldn't afford $2,000 a month?
que no gana tanta plata?
Sí.
Yes, they have.
Would they still date that gringo?
sin embargo se esmeran.
Marco.
Sin embargo se esmeran en darle a uno algo más de lo normal.
She said, yeah, but even so, they still try to give you more than the normal, than the fries.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you know this, Marco, that a low earning person, at least from the States, makes more than $333 a month. So, or $325 a month. So, yeah, I get that, but I'm talking about like maybe somebody who has a fixed income and they decide to live abroad, like a person who retires with Social Security about $1,500 and they just want to live abroad and meet a nice woman. What about that person?
I understand.
Yeah.
What's the minimum wage right now over there?
In California?
A month, yeah, monthly.
Here, let me look it up.
Hey, I'm gonna be back, fellas. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna play this, head out. I'll be back. In like 10 minutes.
Yo no gano el mínimo, yo gano. Yo no gano.
16 per hour. So hold on, let me get that monthly.
Yo estoy en UNICEF. 35 centavos al día, no está mal. What'd you say?
60 per hour. So
what's that month? Like it's around,
yeah,
just around.
Hold on, let me give him a calculator. Give me a second. It's basically 16 times 16. So whatever that is.
Está haciendo la calculación, este man es muy matemático. Se le va a dar una cifra exacta, no puede decir solamente un número.
2,560.
2,560.
Está el mínimo allá.
Sí.
Acá 300.
Aquí 300.
Ay,
Yeah, pero cuando te diga qué cosa, yeah, they said yes. One day you're gonna have to do a breakdown of what
before taxes. Before taxes, let's just say $1,800 a month after taxes is how much a minimum wage gringo would make.
Pero un día te explico. How much is rent where you live? ¿Cuánto es la renta donde tú vives? How much is rent where you live? You see?
For me?
Escucha. Escucha la respuesta. How much is rent where you live, GC, you think?
What are you talking about? I don't like, what are you talking about as far as size of place and?
Oh, a bedroom. One bedroom. Uno de una pieza.
Here,
One
I'll go to
bedroom.
Zillow. I'll go to Zillow. Hold on. Zillow, one bedroom, Bay Area. Give me a second.
una casa no tiene.
O sea, un apartamento de una pieza. Es lo que tiene que ver cuando es tan gringo.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll get you.
Una renta.
¿Sabes?
Que por eso así como se gana allá y cambias a Colombia, pero como se vive de la comida.
Todo, sí, la vida de
Me está buscando.
Hold on 1 moment, it's loading. Man, why does it keep saying for sale? For rent. Apply. Oh wow. So I see from 2,500 to 4,450. But explain to them how Silicon Valley works.
Un mes. Yeah, pues tengo que explicar cómo lo llaman. Well, I explained to him that the minimum wage is not, I told him that it's not what a professional earns. Okay, it's an entry level job.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, over here, they play minimum for doesn't matter. I explained that to him. So for them, it's like, wow, because they doesn't matter if you work at a bank and you make the minimum wage. So when they obviously work at a bank, you're going to make a little bit more than minimum wage. That's why they actually are shocked.
Well, no, but explain to them how different California is.
Tienen que ver qué diferente es California al resto del mundo. Yeah, California es carísimo. Yeah, California is obviously expensive. Muy caro. I don't even want to tell them what I pay for property tax. No tengo que decir cuánto yo pago solo por casa allá para mantenerla. I don't want to tell them that.
Okay, but yeah, but here, and this is the most expensive place in one of the most expensive places in America. It's I've seen the lowest 1 bedroom at $1,920.
$1,900. Yes.
Por una pieza. Ah, bueno.
Yeah, they're getting that 1,900. It's just sinking in. Exactamente. Yeah, exactly. Minimum wage. Exactly. She's saying that's all goes in rent. Exactamente. Por eso. Entonces, ¿qué más?
Pero igual, por ejemplo, acá los arriendos también.
Ya, por eso. Es que mínimo significa mínimo. Mínimo means minimum.
Porque, por ejemplo, el arriendo de mi casa vale lo que es el mínimo.
Yeah, so the rent at their house is like the minimum wage over here, but of course, there's multiple people, mom and dad work and all that. So definitely, también es lo mismo. Es una persona soltera. Yeah, the daddy pays everything. So
okay.
Okay. This is nice to have a dad. Oh, he goes, not today because he's in a bad mood. Her pops.
Okay, let me say this, because I think 2,000 is high, and here's why. What you ladies are asking for is essentially the income of about, what is it, like 4 people, or actually 6 people? The minimum wage income of 6 people. You're saying that in order to be your boyfriend, he has to pay 6 minimum wages.
All right, check this out. Now, they're coming to dile que te lo sientes. Dile pero en inglés.
Sorry.
I am sorry.
You see what? I guess my camera went. Hold on.
Okay.
I know what happened to my camera. Give me a second. They're saying sorry for asking for so much. Feel them?
But they're not gonna change.
Yeah, they had no idea exactly. Give me a second. I'll work my camera. Yeah, they didn't know that it was that bad. The things are so rough. So they're walking it back.
Okay.
They're walking it back. There you go. Oh, see there. Okay. Pide perdón. Pero así.
Ay, entonces mira.
Yo no fui la que pedí.
Yeah, because she wasn't. Actually, she said she wanted 1,000. Then they said 3. And then ¿tú cuántos? 500, 500. Pero a la semana o al mes? 2 millones al mes.
Sí.
All right, so take 500 a month.
Okay.
Facilita de mantener.
Yo no tengo que pedir perdón.
No, ¿cuánto al mes? How much a month?
No,
Yeah, 500 a month.
500.
Yeah, 525 maybe. No, tú dices que no. You said no. You got your man. No.
No, en caso de, pero es que yo estoy hablando en caso de que yo tenga
Yeah, in case she would have a gringo, yeah, she would. $500 a month would be good for her to pay for her things over here. Para mantener sus cosas acá. That'd be good. $500.
Okay, so a guy lives there. He gives you a $500 allowance. You don't have to work. You just got to keep the place clean, and that's a reasonable arrangement for both of you, right?
O sea,
Hold on.
mantener con 2 millones.
Sí.
No.
Mensual.
No. Okay, no, she wouldn't. That wouldn't be enough
Yo
for
pensé
the.
que era, por ejemplo, que el extranjero le mandara uno.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be enough for all her expenses. That'd be just be cool for him to send. So, ¿cuáles son sus gastos mensuales?
No.
Para tus gastos mensuales 2 millones está mal.
Por ahí, 3,5.
All right, no, it's got to be a little bit more.
No vale la renta de mi casa.
Maybe 750.
Okay, here's what I'm not talking about, because like y'all said, the long distance is stupid. I'm not talking about that type of relationship. I'm talking about a guy that lives there and he wants your company. And when you're together, he's going to pay for the expenses, including hair and nails and stuff. And, you have access to everything that's in his home. But in addition to that, so you can have spending money when you're not together, you have that allowance. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I think I cleared it up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, the way you put it, yes. They thought that that would just to hold them up, but yeah, that'd be the only ones. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so I'm glad that we cleared that up. And also, in the chat room, people were saying, because let them know that where I live is more expensive, and but some places minimum wage is $8, which is half what I was saying earlier, the $1,600 or the $2,000. So, yeah.
It's clear. It's over here too, of course. Different states are different. It's here too.
Yeah, got you. So, and yeah, because there is this assumption that, like Theo said, that he makes $600,000 a year, but it is an assumption from a lot of places that I've traveled that all Americans make $500,000 a year, and that's not necessarily the case. And I think that most expats are retirees who are living on a fixed income that goes further overseas.
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand it.
Okay. So let me, because you brought up something, and I'm curious now. Why would a person go to university if they graduate making the same amount?
No choice. That's the market. What the market pays.
No, but I just wouldn't. What I'm saying is I wouldn't go, because that's. And no,
Okay.
trust me, I'm not. I'm saying like.
Here's the answer. Here's the answer. I'll answer the question. Because over here they're so outrageous with the requirements. Okay, so for you to get a job, they ask you if you have a.
Oh.
You know, just like when you go to an apartment and say, "Do you have all these references? Do you have other properties?" That's like that. So they ask you. It's the same thing. Do you have experience? Like, it's my first job. Well, you gotta have 3 years of experience. Why the fuck am I gonna get that experience if I haven't worked yet? So they get outrageous with the requirements. That's what it is. So they get a better chance if they had it.
Do they work?
Do they work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so ustedes trabajan? Yes? No? Studies? She's an independent worker.
Okay. So she has her own business.
Es un negocio.
No.
¿Qué significa independiente? Que tu negocio.
Sí.
¿De qué trabajas?
Con decoraciones.
She does decorations, balloon decorations for like parties and shit.
Okay, cool.
Like that.
Cool. And the ones that do work, was it hard to get the job, or did they have to compete? Do they have degrees? Things like that.
Oye, que para ti fue difícil agarrar trabajo, tuviste que dar, o sea, ¿cómo fue difícil agarrar tu trabajo?
No, nada, es que yo trabajo en
¿Pero fue difícil agarrar trabajo?
No.
She works in customer service. So she
Pero
went,
she don't
they gave it to her. So no tenías no tenías que tener un título de universidad y nada de eso? No, that one they didn't. No, she got that. It depends, I guess, customer service, yeah.
And her boyfriend, did he have to compete hard to become a police officer?
Y tu novio para ser policía es mucha competencia, o sea, para ser policía, tu novio.
¿Qué tuvo que hacer? ¿Qué?
Mucha competencia, yeah, para ser, tuvo que
Sí,
ser mucho.
claro.
Para ser policía. He said, yes, definitely. They ask for a lot.
Okay.
A lot of documents. A lot of
Okay.
paper. Let's go to the left.
And Carolina works as well?
No, Carolina doesn't work. She's studying now. She used to work at a. She's the one told me she used to work at a bar in Jettas Park.
Okay, but she's studying. And what is
Yeah.
she studying?
¿Qué está estudiando?
Administración de empresas.
Business administration.
Okay. Okay. And what about Maria?
Y María,
Enfermería.
nursing.
Okay. Nursing. So they start off at minimum, but then they build quickly, like nursing and business administration. They build up quickly afterwards, right?
No, aquí se mantiene el precio. No. Pues, o sea, por ejemplo, en mi caso, en la enfermería, el
Well,
precio se
well,
mantiene.
basically here every year they increment the minimum wage. Okay, there's a big
Right.
demand every year. So in December, supposedly they're supposed to do it with like inflation, cost of living.
Mhm.
So normally this year, I believe, creo que este año lo subieron con el 12%, creo yo, el mínimo, 12%. Yeah, I think this year was like 12%. They raised it. So every year the minimum wage goes up. It's a big negotiation. You know, the unions won like 25% increase, and then
Oh, that's huge.
and then the what do you call it? The business owners say no, we'll give you 8. So then they end up like a 12, 15, something like that. So I think this year they ended up like a 12, 13%, something like that. So it raises every year.
Okay, so when minimum wage raised, do y'all demand more French fries?
Entonces cuando sube el mínimo quieren más papas.
Let us.
Sí.
Okay, at least that joke landed well.
That was a good one.
All right. Let me ask some questions from the chat room. Let me see.
No, she said that Carolina prefers a burger anyway. So go on.
Okay. Well, let me ask this. Locally, would they ever date a guy that they make more money than once they graduated and everything? Go ahead and put your questions in the chat room, guys.
Sí me gusta, sí.
Yeah, if they like them, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not much. Yeah, they fall in love.
Okay. And have they ever lost a man, a local man, to a woman that made more money?
A veces se las ha ido un man por una vieja que gana más. Nope.
No.
Okay. Somebody asked, do you have a height requirement on the guys that you date?
Oh, que si ustedes exigen algún tipo de estatura del man que sale.
Yo
Okay,
sí,
so it is.
que sea más alto que tú.
Sí,
Te queda más grande que
que
un
sea más alto.
As
Que
long,
sea más alto que
¿cuánto más alto? Yeah, they're taller than them, pero
No,
¿cuánto
no
más
importa,
alto?
pero que sea más alto.
No.
Hasta un centímetro.
It doesn't matter. It could be an inch taller, but just taller than them.
With or without heels?
más que yo, güey.
Con o sin tacones?
Sí.
Without heels.
Okay. How tall are they?
¿Cuánto mides tú?
1.70.
She's like 5'6", maybe 5'6", 5'7", maybe.
Okay.
Is she the taller? A ver, I think tú eres más alta, ¿sí o no? A ver, párense. We'll get him to stand up. I think.
Because they do centimeters, so it's a tough question.
Yeah.
Okay.
A ver, tú.
I don't have a base of reference, but I can tell it's the color.
Tara, is he shorter, Tara? I think that is the shortest. See? I think Sarah's probably like 5'5", maybe.
Okay.
And then, 5'4". And then,
Okay.
and then Camila's probably like 5'6" or something like that. And then you got like 5'7", so taller, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody asked, so a regular, I think the average height here is like 5'10". So guys who are asking the question, I guess if your average height, you'll do okay there. And
dude here, normal height is about 5'7", 5'8", something like that. That's the normal
okay.
height.
So they're not asking for anything extremely above average. They're not asking for anything ridiculous.
De uno,
No, pues que sean más altos que
de
uno.
1.80 para
No,
arriba.
pero
sí.
si sea así, ajá.
But if he's there, cool, they'll take it, but they don't ask for it.
Gotcha.
Give me 1.80.
1.95.
¿Y tuyo?
Mi novio.
Wow, her man, I think is like 6'3" or 6'4" or something.
Sí, es de
Oh yeah, he's
Real- He's real
Well,
tough.
I mean, she said that you have to compete to be a cop, and of course, it's
yeah, porque
physical. Like, yeah.
I guess you competir, entonces I don't know más.
No, hay policía chiquita.
Yeah, no, because they got short ass cops here too. So
Okay, but I mean, I'm pretty sure when they seen him walk in, you know, they're like, okay, you know, you got the job.
maybe. But he didn't have the paper, maybe.
Yeah. All right. So, someone asked, any children?
Hijos.
No.
None.
Okay.
Me parece hija mía, pero
Because he got a sister that looks like her, but that's about it.
Okay. She sound like she's trying to set her sister up.
Don't get the
Okay.
ages. La edad. We'll get the ages. ¿Verdad?
21.
21,
23.
23, 21,
20.
20.
20. Okay.
Remember, hold on. I gotta say it, JC. I gotta say it.
Mhm.
What am I gonna say?
Oh, no old hoes? Yeah.
No old holes 18 to 24, the usable life of the whole. If you're with an older woman than 25, you're a fucking idiot. You're a piece of shit. And I don't have respect for you. Go
All
on.
right. Well, translate that. My last girl was 32, so, but we already know how you feel about that.
Está con una llama de 25 es basura. Que todas las vías se expiren a los 25. Se caducen a los 25. She's about to expire.
Ya los años de ya morir.
Yeah. I actually go out with Sarah's sister. Mónica tiene 19.
Oh,
right?
Sarah's sister?
Yeah, I go
Younger
with
sister?
She's 19. She got a sister. I
Okay.
go with her sister. She's 19.
All right. And so this question is for Sarah. Is your boyfriend black?
¿Es tu novio negro?
Claro.
She said, of course.
Ay, ay, ay.
Why she say of course? Like
Oh.
they like black guys? Because I know that Carolina's friend, you know, has a boyfriend that's black, and he had 2 girlfriends. So,
Okay.
I mean, do they like black girls or black guys or something?
Okay, hold on. Because she said, ¿por qué tu novio es negro? Dijiste? Because she doesn't like whites. She said.
Oh, really? Okay. Why don't you like white guys?
¿Por qué no te gustan los blancos?
Porque no me gusta.
She doesn't like them. But remember here, espérate. There's whites, okay, and then there's obviously there's like the darker one. Okay, the
Right. Right.
Tampoco. She doesn't like any, ni los cabecitos. Nada. So she doesn't like only blacks. She only like blacks.
Oh, okay.
¿Qué?
Que le gustan los negros de acá. Entonces yo digo que los de Estados Unidos también.
Yeah, but
Entonces hay que
negros,
aclarar la
negros.
situación.
Guys got like blacks from here, blacks from there. Yeah, but she doesn't like ningún blanquito. No white guy. No white guy.
Okay. And Carol, what was she saying about? What was Carolina saying about that?
¿Y tú qué dijiste que solo gustan los negros?
¿Ah?
¿A ti solo te gustan los negros?
¿A mí? O sea, no solo los negros. Que sean de mi tono de piel a más oscuro. Pero más clarito que yo, no.
Okay, she doesn't only like black guys, but she likes her color of skin
No,
or
very
darker,
well.
but nothing lighter.
Okay. And what about Maria?
Maria,
Morenitos.
she likes them darker. But negros, she doesn't like black dudes. She likes them tanned.
Oh, I see. So she likes them like Carolina's color, but she don't like them if they're African descent. But she,
Okay, them negros. Yes, like her color.
okay, got you. But she don't like a guy that's African descent, right?
Yeah, we like about the same skin. Yeah,
Got
o sea, un negro que sea negro, así como Faustino Esprilla.
No, no, pues tampoco digo, es que mi amigo pues tampoco hay que llegar a
Oh,
esos
pero
extremos.
negro sea africano, que tenga ascendente de africano. El Chocó.
No, pues que,
Ok,
pero es que no todos los chocuanos son negros,
estamos hablando de negros.
por eso. Pero yo le estoy aclarando.
Afroamericanos. Yeah, Afro, definitely. So these 2 girls, I tampoco. So these 2 girls over here definitely don't like black dudes.
Uh-huh.
And she like, ¿a ti te gustan pálidos?
Sí,
She likes them pale.
She like, okay.
blanco.
Like pale. Así, okay, she likes them pale. Nada morenito. No dark dudes.
No, pues sí, bueno.
Como la complexión de
Sí.
ella.
Hasta
Okay.
ahí voy.
Up to that shade, after Carolina's shade, but nothing
Hasta ahí voy.
darker than that.
Okay, got you. All right, let me see if there's any other question. somebody said where they live in Colombia, but I think near Medellin, right?
That's right.
Okay. Let's see. See. So he asked, does the lady in the white vest have a man? The answer is no, she don't. So let me just respond to this. No white guy sounds racist. Not if it's a physical preference, which everybody's allowed to have. And like the other two who aren't really into black guys also have, so that's fine. Let's see.
Es la cosa.
Cuando
She has a
mujer
question.
Go for it.
bien blanca y el man es negro, entonces hay que.
¿Qué?
Y tienen un hijo, entonces ¿qué?
¿Qué?
¿Es negro o es blanco?
We went. She was saying because over here she was saying, Karina was saying that how we're very defined in the United States that are black and white. Like for example, you would say that Sara is black, so black girl, right? Because you see her, she's darker, right? And then you have somebody like Maria, right? That she's lighter. That you say that she's white, right? She's white. So it's saying that okay, so Carolina was saying, but what about me? That I'm in the middle. I'm not black or I'm not white in the United States, right? So I was explaining to her that obviously if she looks more Afro, she got more Afro features, she would be considered black. So her question was, well, what if I was to have a kid with a white dude? What would that kid be?
Okay, if she was to have a kid with a white dude, that kid would okay, well, first of all, explain to her about Barack Obama, and then I'll answer her question.
Yeah, she knows who he is. Tú conoces él.
Básicamente, and she knows his ethnic makeup, right?
El papá era negro, o sea, totalmente negro, mucho más oscuro que tú. Y la mamá era mucho más blanca que vos. Y salió Barack Obama. Barack Obama es considerado negro. So Barack is considered black.
Barack is considered black, even though his mother is white.
I told her that.
Yeah. And Barack Obama's kids are also considered black. Now, you would probably have a kid that's like Rihanna or Halle Berry. So explain that to her.
But it still be considered black.
Yeah. Like Rihanna is considered black here.
Aunque sea blanca clarita. Or Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce is also considered black.
Aunque sea clarita. See? She gets it.
So maybe your grandkids, if they are, maybe they would be considered white.
Después ya los nietos de los nietos, si yo tuviera bajado. Yeah, exactly. Depende cuando sigue las mezclas. Si siguen mezclando con negros o con blanquitos.
Okay, explain to them this. That to most Americans, most of the girls here would be considered black, strangely enough.
Well, so what are they? They're asking.
Yeah, so I mean, for most Americans, they even Maria and Camila would be considered black.
Well, I think more like Latinas. That way I think that in
California. Yeah. I mean, but if we're talking about race and not ethnicity, like if you take
white. Non-white doesn't mean non-white.
Yeah, non-white. Yeah, let's say that.
Right. I got to go on. I'll translate.
Okay, so yeah, but they would just call you Colombians, but they would not consider you white there. But no, it don't really matter amongst the men as far as preference. Well, amongst most men, we just consider like beauty is its own race, in my opinion. And if a woman is beautiful, it don't really matter what her color is.
They got it. They're non-whites. They got it. So because they're Latina, which is non-whites, and they will be black, even if they have green eyes.
Yeah, exactly. So, but once again, it really don't matter because beauty is its own color.
Como dijo Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson said, "No matter si eres negro o blanco. It don't matter if you're black or." See, that joke felt better, huh?
Yeah. What they felt bad about that?
And I said that joke felt better. The black and white.
It landed better. Yes. So somebody mentioned porn. So y'all don't have any questions? Because if not, I'm about to wrap up.
Yeah.
It seems like they. Somebody has a question. So amongst the gringos, how often do they start with offering money as opposed to getting to know you among gringos?
Say it again.
When gringos approach, do they often lead with money or do they try to get to know you first?
Okay. Pregunta si los gringos que ustedes conocen, normalmente ellos tratan de primero mostrar la plata o ir con personalidad.
La plata.
Money.
No los que lo conozco.
Not the ones that she know, okay? A ver, los tuyos.
No todos los que lo conozco.
No todos, pero la mayoría. Siempre la mayoría.
No. Son más los que no.
Los que okay. Yeah, so she said that not in her case.
Ellos son 50-50.
Not in her case, but yeah, most como casa.
No, son súper sencillos, no les gusta tanto hablar de lo que tienen.
So normally they're real simple. Like simple life, they don't like to talk about what they have.
Sino de las cosas que han vivido o de lo que son ellos en sí.
But what they've lived and what they are.
Okay. And do gringos lie about what they lived and what they are?
He said, like me. Like me, she said.
Okay. So, yeah, you talk about your life, your travels, and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, yeah, what was your question?
No, just stating to you that you talk about your life and travels and things like that.
Right, exactly.
That's your approach to them. And you have a commonality. I see that they all have the same shoes. They're probably part of the same team, sports team or something.
¿Qué?
Mismos zapatos, son el mismo equipo.
No,
different, they said.
Well, no, they all have black shoes with white laces. I know they're different. Like some are high tops and stuff, but they're similar shoes. I thought that they were part of the same soccer team or something like that.
Yeah, they're the same.
Okay. Okay, that's all. But do you prefer that a guy, a gringo, leads with money or, getting to know him in honesty?
¿Ustedes prefieren que un gringo fuera primero con la plata o con su personalidad? She said with the money, with personality.
No, yo prefiero primero con la personalidad.
She likes personality. Money.
Okay.
Money.
Okay, so 3 out of 4 prefer that you guys lead with your money. That's right. All right. I guess last question, because we're past the 2-hour mark. The women online in Colombia, I did some research before I started this. They all say that they want, personality, they want long term, they want romance, they want somebody to love. Are they lying? Is that part of the lies that you were saying that they tell earlier?
No, pues hay que buscan eso.
There's chicks that look for that. She looks for somebody to love her. But
she just said money.
I would say plata.
Pero es que es muy...
¿Ah?
Es muy líder. No sabe qué es.
Well, sometimes you don't know what to choose.
Porque hay hombres que tienen plata, pero son muy hijueputas.
Because there's dudes that have money, but they're assholes.
O como hay hombres muy cariñosos.
And there's dudes that are real loving but have no money. Some dudes you want because of their money.
Okay, so I'm back. So y'all seen the negotiation. Basically, they started off at 2,000, and then they wound up somewhere in the hundreds, like 300. So if you don't negotiate, you see what happens. You see how it caused like a world of economic crap. And all you got to do is negotiation, just a little bit. Just a little bit of negotiation. Goes a long way, fellas. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up. I want to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace. Somebody said that was a long example. It was long because I had to find it. But it's an example that's going to save y'all asses thousands of dollars. Because they started off like, and they got consensus. They always like, yeah, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to pay 6 minimum wages? Well, really, it's more like 1,000 or really more like 500. But, we'll settle for 3. 2 if we live together. And the truth is that when you're there, it's so much easier to negotiate. Because right now they're speaking as if they have the only 4 pussies on the planet. But once you're there and you could just walk down the street and, and find a woman that'll do it for $50 less a month, a hotter woman that'll do it for $50 less a month. They're not going to let you leave. They're not. Like right now, they're negotiating in fiction land. But trust me, they negotiate in the real world. It's bonkers that you just took that homie just took the first offer and wound up paying $3,000. That's just wow. Anyway. Want to thank the Cash App, Super Chats, managers, moderators, members, those who are listening silently, those participate in the chat. Hit the like button on your way out. GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.